Action in the Super Welterweight division. The action is sponsored by Gladius, Lycra, and JJ Crump and Son. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge is Des Reese. Your timekeeper at the bell is Brett Bowles, and your referee is Amy Pugh. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in today at 10 stone, 10 pounds, wearing black and gold. 17 bouts, 8 wins, 1 draw, and 8 defeats from Southampton, Cobra, Matthew King. And his opponent boxing out of the blue corner. He weighed in today at 10 stone, 11 pounds, wearing orange and white. 5 fights, 5 wins from West Ham. Please welcome Finley Chen.
Right, boxers, listen to my commands at all times. Watch your heads, no low blows. When I say break, step back. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves.
All right. Matt King and Finley James. Finley James undefeated. Coming out against a fighter with 17 fights under his belt. 8-8. So not sure what to make of that record, but there's a bit of experience in there.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Denzel's done a few rounds with James Finley.
It's mad. How did you figure that out?
You said he came down to the gym.
Hey, no, I'm joking. He's been to the gym, but I haven't sparred before. But he has sparred a few of the boys down the gym.
And how was he? What did you make of him?
Yeah, no, he's good, tricky southpaw. You know, likes to make it awkward for you, hard to hit. You know, boxes off that stick, that jab. Yeah, he's good.
You know, 8-8 is quite a puzzling record, if I'm honest. I'm not sure. I'd like to, I guess I could know this if I really wanted to know. Which 8 fights did you win and which 8 fights did you lose? Was it the first 8 that you won and then the last 8 that you lost? And that's one kind of record.
I think in Matt's situation, it was the first couple of fights he won, and then I think he just went on a road after that. But we get that a lot over here in the UK.
That's true,
you get some people, you know, they build up a record and they realize, look, I can't sell tickets, I can't get on shows, so you know what, I'm just going to hit the road. And then that's when you see the decline in record.
You become a professional opponent. However, if you had the acumen to win 8 fights, you can always win 9.
No, for sure.
That's very true. That is very true.
But then also, when you do start winning the fights that you're not supposed to, then you don't get called up again.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, that's a rub right there.
It is, and for people who just want to get out weekly, and you know they're happy to survive.
Yeah, it depends.
Take the paycheck and come back out. And
it depends on the level he's trying to box at. If he's trying to be a gatekeeper, then he probably won't be as active, but he'll get caught up against tougher opponents, and just to give them a go. If he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But
I like his boxing shoes. I like his boots. Look at that. They're 8-8 also. Those are some, you know, it's like, is it what I mean? Okay, it sounds like I'm taking the piss, but I can't tell if they're new and he weathered them that way, or if they're like his father's boots.
Like, Denz, you love a good Everlast, don't you?
Yeah, I got my Everlast boots. Oh, a good body shot there from Finley.
Oh, you ought to talk about that Everlast. No. I'm talking about.
Oh, James Finley. Yeah, he's the undefeated one.
No, I'm talking about Matt King. His boots are nice, and you know, that's right. Okay, yeah. I tell you, it looks like he is not just in there to survive. Like, I think he wants that 9th win, if I'm honest. Like,
you think so? From what you're seeing, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I'll be very straight up. You know, this is a fight where Finley needs to come out and make a statement. I don't even think or want Finley to, you know, come out and do the rounds. He's had enough rounds. He should come out, make a statement, go home, on to the next. What do you think, Denz? He's been he's had a few fights now.
Yeah, I think Finley needs to come out and make a statement. I think he
doesn't need to, but
he's a boxer. He's someone that just moves and boxes. That's to make it awkward for whoever he's in there with.
You can be a boxer and still knock people out.
You can, but I don't know if that's his intentions if he wants knockouts, or he's just happy just, you know, floating about and just boxing and making you look silly.
Play fairs.
I was trying to pick the man up, like. What I want to see is game fighters who want to win. And I understand what you're saying in that if you have 8 losses, there's no like championship future on the horizon. It would be very difficult to work your way to a title fight at that point. So what do you do?
Oh, shots. I mean, King came into the ring with a black eye. Under his right eye. So
okay.
He must have had some tough sparring last week.
Okay, all right. I'm going to stop.
A lot of these away fighters.
He probably boxed last week. Yeah, you're right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
See, what I do on every card, I pick a guy who is destined to lose, and then I talk him up like he's the favorite.
Fair enough.
And it's almost like a magic trick because it has worked for me in the past.
And then he worked for Tatenda.
You see what I mean?
It did.
All right, so I need the Cobra to have a little bit more strike.
Well, he's coming forward.
He is coming forward. He's got the tight guy coming forward. He probably doesn't respect Finley's power. So
right?
He can walk through it.
I want him to know I believe in him. I want him to know that 9th win can be had, and tonight could be the night. I'll tell you what else. That James, I think, needs to sit down on his punches. Maybe that is why he's not really getting the respect out of King. He's landing nice, he's landing clean, but he's not landing hard shots, and he could be if he was sitting down instead of popping up on those shots. Like every time he throws a punch, he pops up a little bit, and that takes the power out of the shot. Especially for a tall, long fighter. You want to find that center of gravity and rotate into it.
For sure. And he's quite tall for
you see what I mean?
Welterweight. He's got, they both are actually.
I'll tell you what though, Finley's boxing really aggressive this round, and I think he probably does want a stoppage.
Yeah.
I don't believe him. Because it's as well as it is about sitting down on your shots as well, it's intention. You can see in someone's eyes when I want to hurt you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? And then you see when someone wants to outskill someone and just, be the better boxer.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling I get from James. Don't get me wrong, he's boxing lovely and it's nice,
Now, a word like afraid is very toxic in boxing. So let me classify and clarify what I mean. I don't mean fear in the sense that he's afraid of King, but do you think that he is afraid of getting caught out there if he comes too aggressive? Like he knows he can outskill him. He knows he can outbox him.
Yeah.
But King isn't, he's losing the fight, but he's not like a walkover opponent. He is also, tall and long, big. He's coming forward.
He's got 2 arms, 2 legs, just like he has. I get what you're saying. Do you know what? I've realized some people, boxers, some of them, they actually don't like getting hit. They don't like, it's not about them being afraid. They don't like being hit. And it comes, and you can see it when they're fighting as well. It's more, I'm going to hit you, land my points, and you're not, which is the art of boxing.
Yeah, right.
But when it comes to you want to see more knockouts and stuff like that, it's not going to work in your favor.
So it's not fear so much as it's caution. I don't have to get hit, and I'm not going to. And if it means that I can't get a knockout unless I get hit, then a knockout ain't coming. I'm just going to get the W on class.
Listen, you lot have the best of them over in the US. Shakur Stevenson, he's the king of,
but you saw the pressure that mounted on him by not getting knockouts and by, people criticizing him for calling his fights boring.
Yeah.
And so in this last time out, he felt the pressure and got the stoppage.
Yeah.
He did, but I also think in Shakur's favor, as big as he is, it's the weight in it. When he was lighter, he was getting a lot more stoppages. Most of his stoppages came up when he was like 126-pound fighter and a 130-pound fighter. at 135, I guess he's just not big enough to knock these guys out.
Yeah.
And I interviewed him after that fight exclusively, and we had a long discussion about his hands.
Yeah.
And the
yeah,
fact that
hands,
that is a real hindrance. If you want to be a knockout puncher, you can't have brittle hands.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was hearing him say he'll be lucky to like fight twice a year. I thought, wow,
that's crazy.
In his prime, he's happy to just about get out twice a year. So yeah.
Yeah, he's still young. What's he got? About 27. Yeah.
You know, to your point, Dan, now that I'm seeing the fight your way after that analysis, I see that really he's fighting too long. And I like fighters to be outside, fight long, work the jab, as I've been saying all night. But you're right in that James is fighting almost out of his own range to make sure that he's not in range for the counter.
And that's that element of, you know, risk that these great fighters have. They'll take that risk to, you know, I'm gonna risk getting hurt, trying to hurt you. And I think when you box at range like that, it's more of, I'm gonna get you, but you're definitely not gonna get me.
Yeah, excellent analysis. That's exactly what's happening. It could be a case of giving King confidence, like we saw earlier in the fight with Mugabe. You don't want to let a guy like this hang around either.
Yeah.
He's not really posing much threat. I'm not seeing anything coming from him offensively that, you know, is going to trouble James. But at the same time, if you let that kind of confidence build and you let James know that you don't like getting hit and you're fighting at too far a range, he just might get, you know, brassy in there and test you.
Yeah. But even in the second fight with Joseph Abercrombie, remember in the first 3 rounds, he was annihilating his opponent. And he got a bit of confidence and it didn't, you know, kind of the tide was swinging a little bit.
That's right.
I know the fighting about. His opponent built in confidence and he started pushing forward.
We're seeing a little blood from the nose of King now.
I like the combinations from James. For some good combinations from long distance.
Yeah. If in fact King is not feeling those shots too hard, I think he should try to put some pressure on James and see what happens. You know, this might be another one of those situations where you get in there and try to rough him up. Be the bully, see if you can. If a guy really doesn't like getting hit, you might be able to take him off his game just by being too aggressive.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, you got that famous saying, you know, never box a boxer. You know, don't punch a puncher. Don't, you know what I mean? And I think in King's case, James is definitely the boxer here. So what's the point of trying to box him and just rough him up, make it hell for him? Yeah.
I can see in King's corner his cornerman looking to telling him to close the distance. And that is the right advice, telling him to get in there and mix it up. That's exactly what he should be doing. And you know, if he gets into the buzzsaw for his efforts, then so be it. But I don't think that we've seen anything from James to say that he's got a real one-punch knockout power. So unless he's landing clean and landing often, I don't see why King at this point shouldn't just, you know, go all out. If you got 17 fights worth of experience, you know how to turn this fight into an aggressive bout.
Oh, good body shot there from Finley.
And I think Matt will probably finds it hard being on the inside or trying to be close because he's quite tall himself, so he's probably used to boxing quite long and at range too.
Yeah, but he's losing the at-range game, so I hope, maybe you're right, maybe he doesn't have short shots, but I'd be trying to get in and make these short shots. Not smother, you know, as Denzel is rightly cautioning fighters to not do, but he can get in there and throw some short shots. And a fighter who doesn't like to get hit, short shots are the worst.
Of course.
Yeah, this kind of thing.
That's exactly. Yep. You can see James is not interested in this kind of type of game at all.
Oh, that is nice. Sadly, I think Cobra might not have big fangs because a shot like that should have at least made James take a step back. That was a nice, clean left hook.
But I like how James come back and wanted to get him back straight away.
Yeah, that's because the shot didn't affect him.
Yeah.
I heard one of the corners scream to the body. That is, with the exception of the one fight, what was it? Morales, that fight. We haven't really seen much good body work. Yeah. And maybe that is why we're being denied the knockouts that we could get, because people aren't really breaking guys down. I get these aren't 12 and 10 round fights, but still, putting that money in the bank, you can get it out of the ATM. You don't always have to go to the teller.
It's true.
No, it's true. You don't know how important or how significant a body shot can be until you get hit with one. It can suck 2-3 rounds out of you.
That's right. It's true. And there's not a boxer in the ring at this level even that hasn't been hit with a good body shot. So you know that.
Exactly. Sometimes it takes you getting hit with a good body shot to start throwing.
To remind you.
Oh, that hurts. Let me go down there.
It's funny you say that. I was talking to Callum Smith's brother after the Buatsi fight, and he said Callum got caught with a good shot to the body, and from then it just switched his mindset. You know what? I'm just going to the body. Yeah, I'm just. I think
that was in the third round. But caught him with a good body shot in the third round.
Could have been the difference in the fight too. If Callum doesn't start going to the body, we might have a different outcome.
Right now, I don't know if you can see, viewers, the lovely view of the Millennium Dome. Do they still call it the Millennium Dome?
I mean, you can do it. That's what it was called, isn't it? Back then, but you're showing your age a little bit, but it's calm though.
Have you ever been up there?
On top?
Yeah. They have like a, I don't know, is it?
You can go on the roof and
excursion where you can go on the stage.
Oh, we gotta
You might want to try that.
Yeah. I didn't know you
They done that for the promotion of this fight. They done the face-off on the roof.
Wow.
Of the Millennium Dome, yeah.
I like the 1-2. Yeah, you're right, Dan. Even the 1-2, which is my favorite combination, just a simple 1-2.
Yeah.
It's not being thrown with bad intentions.
No, it's not. It's point scoring, which that might be, James' game, and it's working, but you definitely ain't seen no knockouts with that. Look, lovely backhand.
You could have followed up.
Yeah, where's the hook behind that?
They stopped him in the tracks. They should have followed up behind that. Oh,
that was more significant.
He's boxing lovely though. He's boxing and moving nice. He's very fleet-footed.
Listen, I'm calling this fight from a guy who wants to see
No, for sure. And I'm sure the majority of people here want to see that as well. So don't worry, you're not being singled out, Raheem. We want to see knockouts too.
You can appreciate the skill, and you can see a guy whose game plan is working not want to take that chance, right?
100%.
And the knockout fighters that you know, they take chances.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying the beginning of the show. That's what separates the really good prospects from the rest of them. The ones that will take the risk and want to stand out and want to be separated from everybody else.
King has to crack the code, though. I mean, listen, for all we say, James is winning rounds.
Lovely.
And his game plan is working.
Yep, it is.
And he's in a flow as well.
And King
it's hard
just
to break a fight out there, bro.
Hasn't figured this puzzle out in the least.
This is where I feel James should get more aggressive, because
you see blood, You see that King is starting to lose confidence and he's going to be able to do anything with this fight. And that is where you really want to turn it on and test him.
From James on the ropes, yeah. That was real good movement. Made him miss about 5 shots. But again, I feel like this is the time, round 5, where he can really just make him walk onto something. Because King's just coming forward. Hands up, coming forward. And he is throwing still as well.
But he's not throwing enough. Well, to be honest, when he does throw combinations, Finley makes him miss. So
and then that's where he should counter.
Yeah, there's no speed or power on King's shots right now. I mean, they're pawing at best. So if you're catching and countering that, you could, I think you could have a much bloodier fight than what we do. I mean, you see a fighter with blood running from his nose. You want to bust that nose wide open. It makes it hard for them to breathe. It makes it ugly for the scoring referee. It makes, you want to see a referee with a bloody shirt. You know you got in there and did some work. Yeah, here in these replays, you can see that James, it's working. He's able to keep King easily on the outside and keep him feeling the punches, but not hurting him with the shots. I know you guys know, because if I know simply from sparring and the gym, whatnot, a bloody clogged nose with blood is so irritating.
Oh, 100%.
It's so difficult to maneuver and manage if a fighter is putting pressure on you.
Yeah.
So you're happy to not have that pressure. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Bentley, have you had a bloody nose before?
There we go.
I'm just saying I haven't.
not since an amateur.
Oh, okay.
As a professional now.
So, and it was annoying, right?
Yeah, it was very annoying.
Because you don't know?
Just tripping down, wipe it off and that.
Come on, Raheem, look how big this nose is. I think it's too strong to get a bloody nose. I ain't saying I don't get hit, but yeah, I've never had a bloody nose.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, I've never been cut, busted lip, but not a bloody nose.
Yeah,
Have you been cut in the fight or in the sparring?
Yeah, in the fight I've been cut as well, yeah. But you're right, when you see blood, well, when I see blood on my opponent,
I'm targeting.
That's just the target.
That's the target. I'm seeing red. Like.
Yeah.
That when I fought Morrison, I saw his nose was gone. I said,
yeah. I've been in spars where the person's getting the better end of it, and then their nose starts bleeding, and I get this new resurgence of energy.
I want you guys to watch something. When the left hand comes straight from James, his foot comes up off the canvas. He pops up, and he's been doing that since the beginning of the fight, and that is where he's losing that power.
Yep.
And then when the first thing I said is he needs to sit down on those shots. And if he were to do that, I think even with his adversity to being hit, which nobody loves being hit, almost nobody loves being hit, it really could add a dimension to his game that would get fights like this, take him from blood to bloody.
Yeah. No, blood to sleepy.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. He's gonna have to take more risks to make it sleepy, but we could get it more bloody.
But he's flowing really well. I like his movement. Like he is boxing well.
Yeah, he's doing what he wants to do. I just wish he wanted to do a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch that back foot. It'll start to bother you. Yeah.
Probably the best shot from Matt King this whole fight. Other than that, Finley's been boxing it brilliantly. And he's just run away with this fight.
Not to harp on it. It's not like I'm giving him a bunch of needle, but if you get countered with that back foot off the canvas, that's how you get dropped.
That's how you get dropped
without being hurt
and stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Finley's not really a body puncher, is he?
He's too far out to be a body puncher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Good fight though. Good performance.
Good workman's performance from James Finley.
Yeah, 100%.
Good. but a disappointment.
What do you feel won you that fight over those 6 rounds?
I think I've really started to mature now, and I'm getting a bit confident, letting my hands go, like my straight backhand lead hook, and not trying anything too out there, and just being crisp in what I do and professional about my job.
You're in there against a more experienced opponent in Matt King. Obviously, he had 17 fights, 17 pro fights. What do you think edged it tonight in terms of your strategy going into that?
I think me and my team put together a great game plan, and I just executed what my team asked me to do, and with my faith and everything into them, I should always come out on top if I do my part.
You previously said that to you, the word sport just means win. So how does it feel getting another win under your belt, moving a little bit closer to those title contention fights?
Yeah, look, he fought for a welterweight southern area last weekend, so to pin myself against that level, and I've never done an 8-rounder, I've never done a 10-rounder, but in the 6 that I do there, I win every round, look really class, and all I've got to do is mature a little bit, and I'm sure I'll step onto that stage with more than ease.
6 fights in now, do you feel that you're finding your feet in the pro ranks and developing and enjoying yourself more?
Yeah, really, and like, I'm an experienced lad, I've done this for a long time, but each camp and each time I'm going into the gym with Mark and around the other fighters and that, I'm just growing and growing up, and I may not be there yet, but I'm sure I'm going to get there.
And what was some of the advice coming from the corner to you between the rounds?
Just to try and trigger off the lead hand and get that backhand off nice and crisp and hit the target, and then after that, get out of there and go again and just try and put some speed and some youth on them.
And what's next for Finley?
Hopefully I'll be back out again this year, and then after that, start moving towards some titles and start locking some up.
Listen, congratulations, that was a brilliant performance, and we look forward to seeing you back in action.
Lovely, thank you, I enjoy doing it. Ta.
That's in the photo. That is a warrior right there. I mean, you know, because that's not something that happens by accident. He had to pick that photo, and he knows whose blood that is. You know what I mean? He's like, I want James's blood on my chest in the photo.
Allegra and JJ Crump and Son. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Stewards in charge are Des Reese and Nigel Thomas. Timekeeper at the bell is John Smith, and your referee is 8-star referee Kieran McCann. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in today at 10 stone, 6 pounds, wearing gray, silver, and blue. He's undefeated, 9 fights, 9 wins from Norwich. Please welcome the Bandits, Daniel Princess. And his opponent boxing out of the blue corner. He weighed in today at 10 stone, 6 pounds, wearing white and gold. He has a record of 7 fights, 7 wins from North London, Oliveira Duffy.
No, I
A
can't lie.
disgusted look on Oliver Duffy's face as he watches Daniel Francis.
He's just thinking, why are you taking so long?
Look at that look of pure disgust.
This is going to be the fight of the night.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm getting excited.
This is the opposite of the look I seen from the lad earlier, Tintinda.
Yeah.
This is Tintuffa.
This is undefeated versus undefeated.
Yep.
Someone's
I love these
to go.
matchups.
Yeah, and they asked for it, you know?
Just like Onder, he's gone the opposite. All white, no logos, no name, nothing.
All right, it must be said it's Duffy stepping up in weight class as well. Both of these guys are looking to make a statement tonight. It's the fight that everybody has been talking about since we got into the building.
This could have easily been the main event.
Very much so.
Both good, skillful fighters. You know, taking on the first step, the first challenge of their career to, you know, catapult them to what they want to be.
And in both of their eyes, you just see a sense of certainty. They came here to do something. Neither one of these guys has anything inside them that wants to take a step back or get out of here without a victory.
Wow, first round, they're letting their hands go straight away.
There's no feeling out period. There's no first round measuring. They're going right at it.
But both guys, it's crazy because they're both at the stage of their career, but the age gap, I think Dan Francis is 30, Ollie's 24. You know, and this obviously probably means more to Dan Francis to move forward because he can't afford to lose at this stage of his career, at this age, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Ollie obviously doesn't want to lose. He has full confidence, young fighter, and if he wins this, the future's bright for him, you know, moving forward.
Definitely.
Good jab there from Duffy. Oh, Francis there with a big right hand to the body.
Yeah, so far I'm seeing Francis looks like he's got the edge on when it comes to power, and Duffy looks like he's got the edge when it comes to speed.
Yeah, their physiques would suggest as much. It's the question of whether or not their feet are going to tell that story.
Yeah.
It looks like Duffy is very conscious of his angles and making sure he's just not there standing right in front of Francis when Francis wants to get off. It's a shot like that, like the straight stab to the body, can really slow a fighter like Duffy down if he allows Francis to keep landing it.
That's a good jab there from Duffy. The thing is, good right hand there from Francis. Francis has like, he's more twitchier. He's twitchier.
Yes.
You know, he's more alert. Where Duffy's he's a slow burner. You know, he works his way in as the rounds go on. He starts waking up.
And Duffy's good in the exchange too. Francis is getting to him, but he's not letting him get away without having an answer.
Oh, of course, 100%.
I think these two have sparred before as well.
It's funny that you say
I'm not sure
that.
they have. But
I think
Francis
they
has
have.
been down the gym.
Yeah, I think they have.
It's funny that you say that because that could be the reason why it started what would have been third round action in the first round. Because they're that familiar with each other. They don't need to feel each other out. They know what it is. Action. All action. First round.
Wow.
This is going to be a barn burner for sure.
This is why everyone was excited about this fight.
Yeah, and again, I can't make too much of the facial expressions on Duffy, but they are telling a story. You can see when he gets hit, he smirks with disdain. He doesn't like getting hit either, but this is the kind of, I don't like getting hit that I'm going to hit you back immediately, and I'm going to hit you first next time.
Yeah. Caught 9 more rounds of that.
Yeah, he sees every time he gets hit as disrespect.
Yeah. Oh, you think you can do that?
Yeah.
And that's what you call having spite, and I think that's what gives you that edge, you know, in a fight. You get hit and you want to come back because you feel like, what, you hit me, you caught me, I got to get you back.
Right, and any fighter and any trainer will tell you there's levels to this.
Yeah.
And this card just leveled up. You're seeing two fighters at a different level than the fighters that we've seen previously. And those fighters that we've seen before may reach this, but this is something different that we're looking at now. Two fighters that are hungry, who want it. There's some hardware on the line, and both of them intend to leave with it. And only one can.
Yeah. Who did we give that first round to? Because
that was hard to split.
I found it quite hard to.
I would have had to go for Francis in that first round. I think he landed the more clean punches and was able to assert himself a little bit more than Duffy, but it was a close round. But I would have went to Francis for me. And so far in the second round, I'm seeing Duffy having more success.
I felt like he was Francis was trying to get a bit of a, you know, of a breather.
I was going to say that. I think he put a lot into the first round. And you know, the way he is, like I said, he's twitchy, he's burning a lot of energy just throwing a jab.
And even his physique, how he, you know, he's quite stocky, a lot of muscle.
And to Duffy's credit, not just letting him get off unanswered, Francis, is taking a lot of energy out of him as well. If you let a guy like Francis get off in the first round and you don't answer those punches, he gets more energy, not less. And now you're seeing Duffy take advantage of the seemingly more muscular Francis having to take a break. Yes, a quick stiff jab like that, Dan, it speaks to what you were talking about with the speed.
Yeah.
That speed can be a real problem for Francis if Duffy can keep it up.
And
a nice straight body shot.
That was a good right hand to the body. I think that's stopped Francis in his tracks a little
That's
bit.
right.
Yeah.
What an excellent shot selection as well.
Of course.
Yeah, that shows that Duffy's in there and knowing what he's doing. That's not an amateur shot to select.
I'll be honest, Southern area title fights are
Another
probably
one.
one of the
Always.
best fights. They're always the best fights.
A lot of people dodge them because
them,
it's
yeah.
always two undefeated,
prospects,
very
yeah.
good fighters.
That even both of them could move on to
Yeah.
bigger things, but they want to take the challenge at this stage.
You know, the South don't come to play.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
And I feel as the round goes on, I feel like Ollie's going to grow into the fight, and I feel it's the early stages that Francis is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, but like I said, Duffy's a slow burner, and he's the more physical fighter out of the two, I believe. Francis might be a little bit sharp, a little bit more twitchy, but when everyone starts getting a little bit tired and fades a little bit, that's when Duffy takes over.
Yeah.
Well, Francis is
Lovely
good right hand there from
right
Duffy.
hand from Duffy. But Francis fires right back.
He did. Oh,
Both
good shots from
landed
both
left
of them.
hooks, yeah.
I think Francis is making a mistake in starting to rely on one-shot punches.
Yeah.
He was throwing combinations in the first round. He was closing the gap and being aggressive. Now he's kind of sitting back, waiting on shots.
But I think that's what
Duffy's
got him
not gonna
tired.
have that.
I think that's what
I
got
was
him
just going to
tired.
say, the way
really.
his legs are stretched out and the body language in the corner, I think he's feeling the pace a little more than Ollie. Duffy's nice slow burn up, getting there. Once he gets warm, he start picking up the pace. He picked up the pace a bit too early. Looking for big ringing one shot, but he's not a one shot knockout.
To that point, if he's getting winded now and we're only getting into the third round, that poses a very, very dangerous situation for him going
100%.
forward. And maybe I would have covered that by closing. Like, I could see him trying to steal the round at the end with, you know, inside the 10 or the last 20 seconds, really going crazy with the combination punches and the aggression. And if Duffy sees that Francis is starting to get winded this early in the fight, he is going to wear him out.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And remember, Duffy's coming up, so he ain't he's got that extra energy.
Yep.
Whereas looking at Daniel, he looks ripped and like he probably
struggled
maybe
a little more to make
struggled
the weight,
to make the weight.
Nice
shots from both
big
guys.
left
They
hand.
both landed good shots there. Oh,
We're in a firefight now.
That's right.
There's a little nick under the left eye of Duffy. A little nick on the.
And
We're
Duffy's
in a
happy for
firefight
the
now.
action.
Duffy just said,
they're
I'm
both-
not having this. You hit me, but we're going to war. He's backing up Francis a little bit here.
they both landed some lovely shots in those
Lovely shots.
exchanges.
When you see an exchange like that, you know you deal with two fighters who enjoy the action.
100%.
Nobody likes getting hit, but they like hitting so much that they'll get hit for the privilege.
Oh, the atmosphere for this fight now, it is loud in there.
Yeah, it turns up.
Yeah.
They are controlling the energy in and outside of the ring.
They are.
I like Ollie's composure, even after an exchange like that.
He's not panicking, he's not whatever.
He's certain.
Yeah.
He knows. He believes. That's the kind of thing that you can read on a fighter before the first bell rings, as I mentioned. I heard someone from the corner of Francis say, don't let him settle, and that's exactly right. In those little moments, this is where this fight can be won.
Yeah.
In those pauses, in those breaks, who's first? Who initiates the action when it stops? In that instance, it was Ollie. Right now, be first, be first. Somebody's got to be first. And the person who decides to be first most often probably wins this fight.
Oh,
Good shot
lovely
there
right
from
hand from Duffy. But Dan's come straight back. Nice 1-2 from Dan.
He just got
There
caught
was
with
a
a body shot in
nice
between there,
little hook.
Francis.
Yeah, right underneath the heart, by the way.
But Dan comes straight back with his own right hook as well. So
is true,
good exchanges from both guys.
Neither fighter can afford to give ground like that.
No.
They got to answer everything that's being given to them. There we go. Look, they've got answer back. Good little short right hand there from Francis.
For as much as we've been calling for body shots from other fighters all night, it really isn't as much of an opening for these guys.
Yeah, no.
So if you can...
Oh, good shot there from Duffy. Good body shot again from Duffy.
Just as you're talking about right hand, he just landed a lovely right hand to the body.
And that's again from Duffy.
Those shots can be the determining factor 100%. Because they're going to be so few and far between. When you get them, you got to seize them.
Like he said, he's making deposits.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. And your opponent, because the fight is upstairs for so much, you're not going to be expecting the body shot.
Yeah.
It can catch you off guard, and boy, that can change the night. Yeah, you can just hear the energy from the crowd. Yeah. This kind of thing is infectious. When the fighters have this kind of electricity between them, it charges the whole room.
Charges the whole room.
And it's charging the people at home as well, I'm sure.
Who did we edge towards in that round?
I can't score this no more. I'm just enjoying the fight.
Now, earlier in the night, I mentioned that we can watch a boxing match and we can watch a fight. Yeah. We are watching the fight, so you at home can score the boxing match. We're having a good time with the fight.
That's true.
Someone's got to impose their will. And in this case, it was Francis who was first. I really believe when you have those moments, those breaks, whoever decides to break the break is going to have the advantage. That's a nice overhand right from Ali.
I mean, Duffy is my teammate, so I hope he doesn't. But if I was Francis, I'd be targeting that nick under Ollie's eye.
Yeah. Good left hook from down there. And an overhand too.
Listen, it's a nice mouse underneath Duffy's eye. It's not bleeding. He's not paying no attention to it.
Yeah. Probably just looked worse because where his lat skin is just reddening. But it isn't bleeding, but
lovely uppercut
in between there from Francis.
Ali's got to be careful now. Not let those single shots get in clean.
I don't think it does Francis any good staying on the ropes, so even when he goes backward.
True.
Lovely
good shot
body
there
shot
from Duffy.
Duffy, that was lovely. This is a brilliant fight.
The nose is bleeding of Duffy now. That could be an issue.
Francis is putting a lot of effort into these shots.
He is. He's got to be able to keep this pace going into the second half of the fight.
Yes, of course.
Oh, good shots there from Duffy.
Duffy's got to keep his guard up and catch those punches. Don't let any of that stuff come through clean.
You can blatantly see when Dan's trying to just get a bit of a breather.
He's breathing from the mouth, he bounces up with his head high.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Oliver's got to be able to pour it on. You got to force him to fight.
100%.
Force Daniel to fight when he doesn't want to fight.
Exactly that. Exactly that. It don't even have to be hard shots. Just keep pressing him and touching him.
Exactly.
Just being busy.
Keep him working.
Being in his face.
If you're the lighter fighter, if you got more speed and you can take those counter shots, make him keep throwing or make him get hit.
Oh, good lovely shot.
What a brilliant uppercut.
From Ollie.
Duffy with another very
right
nice
hand there
chopping
from
right.
But Dan Francis comes straight back. This is a brilliant fight. Lovely
Be careful now.
Oh. Wow. This is a brilliant fight.
If I was Duffy, I might tie up right now, put some weight on him, push him off, and then make him work some more. Francis is having a little bit too much success.
With big shots.
Yeah, big shot after big shot. Slow it down. And Duffy is such a warrior, he isn't going to want to tie up. He's going to see that as giving ground, but you got to be smart in there also. When a guy's landing bomb after bomb, tie him up, put your weight on him, make him reset, and then get back on the outside and start hitting him with speed.
After that round, Dan did look the more, tired up, but he did put a lot into that round. So
he uses power to impose his will.
Yeah.
And Dan, it can be countered with speed to your point earlier in the fight, that's where Duffy needs to be able to transition into the speed fighter when it becomes a power match. Don't let it stay there. It's not because you're not game, it's because you have another tool in the chest that can counter what he's doing. I mean, something's got to be mentioned about both of these guys' chins also. To be able to stand in there and exchange like that. I believe I just caught a glimpse of Sugar Ray Leonard on Daniel Francis's shoulder, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's indeed Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
But he's fighting more like Hagler.
Oh, good shots there from Duffy.
Duffy started this round very good. Thrown a lot of shots and landed a lot of shots.
Just everything off. Oh, good shot there from France.
But none of that's landed clean, though. I respect Duffy being able to just slip that punch a little bit and stay in the pocket. That's brilliant.
Duffy's been busy. He's been better this round because he just started off busy with the jab.
And he's not putting so much in. He's just
he's
throwing
touching it. And he's being first.
Yes, that's exactly
like
right.
He was saying earlier,
and this is where he needs to be. And when he's backing him up, just work.
Yeah. And he just saw Francis take a big breath. And so did Duffy. Duffy saw him take that breath and decided to seize on the action.
And that makes the difference. Being able to see when your opponent is trying to find a breather when he's hurt.
This is the difference in the fight. If Duffy can make Francis fight every second he doesn't want to fight, he can overcome this fight.
Good shot.
And maybe not even go the distance.
Duffy is doing very well in this round.
Look at that, there's another big breath. You've got to pour the action on right now.
I think Dan is definitely taking this round off. Well, now he's...
Oh, there's a little nick under the left eye of Francis now.
As there should be. This is what happens. If you take
good shot.
If you take the break away from him, like you say right now, he should still just be touching him.
Yep.
This is Duffy's best round for me.
Very much so. Lovely right hand counter.
That's it. Be first.
This is the jab. Everything off the jab is so beautiful. Everything off the jab. He's making it easier for himself, just working off that jab.
That's right. He's forcing Francis to either tuck up or fight, but he can't rest.
Now Francis has got a bloody nose.
And that's just from touching. Lovely right hand.
Nice right hand. Very clean.
Duffy's been on the front foot this whole round. Lovely. He's really finding that left uppercut after the jab.
I want to see Duffy close his mouth. I don't like his jaw hanging open like that.
Both their mouths are open. They're tired. They're both trying to catch air.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely right. Yeah.
There's blood on Duffy's head. I don't know where it's from. I hope it's not a cut on his head.
No, I think it's probably from
the nose.
Dan's nose. See, now Duffy's trying to get a little breather, move around.
But he's still working off that jab going backwards though.
Lovely uppercut.
As long as he keeps sticking the jab while he's moving.
Wow. This could be the turning of the fight. That was a clear Duffy round. But that was a beautiful round from Duffy.
Very good round from Duffy.
Maybe Francis is tiring from that heavy work. Like you said, he's got to be able to carry that into the second half of the fight.
And Duffy just at the end of the round was letting Francis off the hook a little bit, letting him breathe. Because, to be fair, Francis might have needed a breather as well, but the difference in that fight was making Francis fight in spots when he didn't want to and being first. Here we see in the replay, I mean, this is just going to be an exchange of firefight. You can't help but appreciate when two men want it this bad.
Lovely right hand from Duffy there. Once Duffy's in his flow, it's quite hard to break his rhythm.
It is hard to break his rhythm, yeah.
And that clean right hand we saw in just the most recent replay, if he can continue to find that shot, this can make Francis think about throwing punches as reckless as he is on the inside.
Just to get him off him. Like I said, even though Duffy is coming up in weight, he's the more physical fighter for me.
Yeah, Francis feels like he can impose his power, but that speed.
Oh, good right hand there from Duffy again.
Duffy's got the speed for me. Duffy's got the speed for me. Francis looks like he's a bit unraveled there, but he's coming back. He pushes him back on the road.
I think we see this pace from Francis about for one more minute of this round.
Yeah. It's the fast pace.
but he's loading up on his shot so much he's only got a minute of this in him. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
He may prove me wrong, but let's see what happens.
Oh, lovely counter from Duffy, and Francis comes straight back.
Come straight back again.
But that was that straight right hand we talked about between the
Yeah,
rounds.
it was, and like you said, the pace has already dropped from Francis.
And there you go. Now Duffy needs to turn the pace up. Be quick, move around, keep tapping him. You can't let Francis be the one to be first with that jab.
Yeah.
Your advantage is making him tired and making him chase you.
Oh, good body shot from Francis,
good.
but Duffy's coming back. You could just see the sweat and the blood flying off both their faces. It's crazy.
This is the Southern area fight for ya. Lovely body work from both of them.
Brilliant body work underneath. And
They're
that's
both-
why you do the body work, so you can come back over the top like Francis just did with a nice right hand.
Credit to both fighters.
Yeah, man. What a fight this is.
And we said it as soon as it was made, this is going to be a fight. This is going to be a brilliant fight, and it's living up to it.
Ollie just needs to keep on that jab.
And he's got Francis following him around. So if he keeps on the jab, he will be outboxing him. And if you can
That's it,
outbox him
Yeah.
and then meet him in the exchanges when you have to, you win the fight.
You win the fight, yeah, definitely.
Another nice right hand. I like him stepping
good
into the
shots
right hand
inside
too.
there from Duffy.
Make him pay, and he does. Get you back off those ropes. That's not where you want to be with Francis standing in front of you.
Definitely
There you
not.
go. Back to the center of the ring and get back to work. Make him fight. Make him fight. To Francis's credit, when he's wanting to take a break, he's pushing himself to
Yes,
at least
you
stick
can-
that jab out there.
You can see, even though he's tired, he will force himself, and that's credit to him.
That's right.
Because he could easily just not do anything and just give in to his fatigue, but
He knows better, and he wants it bad enough.
definitely. Look, he's still even throwing shots, letting his hands go. They both are. Look,
Duffy
and
cannot let
Francis is
Francis
just
load up
letting his
like
hands
that.
go.
And I'd say Francis stole that
He
round
might-
at the
exactly.
end.
Just right at the end.
Yeah, right at the end, because that was a close one up until then.
Defo.
That's the only thing that kind of split to separate the two.
Can
We're
you
in
believe
round
we're
seven
already in
already.
round 7?
That's crazy.
That's what you have when
round
the
7.
firefight is on.
When it's a good
so
fight, the rounds
quick.
just fly.
That's it.
Let's go so quick, man.
Yeah, it's gone so quick. This fight has gone so quick. Round 7 already.
Yeah, that's in this replay you see. That's where one of the biggest shots of the round was landed when Oliveira had his back against the ropes and trying to get out of trouble. He's got to pivot right back to the center of the ring and make Francis follow him.
Sorry.
There's going to be no standing up between rounds for these guys. Take that rest as much as you can get.
Well,
But-
Duffy was quick to be off his stool.
Yeah, like again, I would, if I was one of these guys, I'd run to the center of the ring after a round like that.
Good double jab from Dan.
I've just heard Francis's corner seem to think they're winning it 5-1. I'd love to see how the judges have it.
I bet if you ask Duffy's corner, they think they're winning at 5-1. I think you're right, Dan, that this is another one of those rounds that maybe Francis is hoping to take off and just be able to keep Duffy off him with big shots, one shot at a time.
But Duffy's got to be first with the jab.
He can't wait.
And he's got a full step.
There it is.
Lovely
Right
right
hand
hand
from
from
And to
Duffy.
be fair, he didn't even set that up. He just saw it and caught him.
Yep.
Good movement from Duffy there.
Duffy's got to be careful not to get sneaked with that uppercut.
Dan's finding good success with the double jab. The single ones, Ollie seems to at least just duck and miss. But when he doubles it up,
yeah, you said this from the first fight. I mean, it's very hard for someone to miss a double jab.
Yeah. In this fight, though, I don't know. I don't think it's a double jab kind of fight. If you find it with the jab, you follow it up with a hard shot.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You can hear Dan's corner saying how Ollie wants to rest. Great exchange from
that kind of exchange is what's going to happen in flashes when both guys are tired. But right now, I think they're both happy to try to win on points for this one round and get back in there for the what would be the championship rounds.
Good movement from Duffy there.
Boy, when it's a class fight like this, even for me, this is both guys taking the round off.
Yeah.
And it's still damn good action.
It is.
No, it is.
Now, Francis has done the right thing there. He heard the 10-second clap.
And then he picked it up.
And picked it up.
And that's the mistake Duffy's making. He's letting him finish stronger on the last
rounds, Just remember, the judges are only human. They're only going to remember the last thing they saw. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, is this being judged by the ref? Oh.
Now, if Duffy's got it in him, he should start with the fastest pace he possibly can at the beginning of this 8th round. Make Francis think, oh my God, he's switched gears and I can't keep up. If that does happen, Francis is going to have power still, but he's going to start throwing haymakers. He's going to get sloppy and try to land something to hurt Francis. If that happens, Francis takes over this fight down the stretch.
Bit of shadow boxing going on in the Francis corner.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but be hype. I'm shadow boxing here at the Gomes table. Oh, yeah. One of these men has to get the other one off his game. And these are the 3 rounds to get it done. That is a beautiful 1-2 from Duffy, who's taking some body shots for his trouble. They're right on the back, though. They're not in the most dangerous parts of the body.
I feel like Duffy can up it because he does, out of the 2, he looks the more
relaxed.
But he needs to be more active right now. Again, he's got to be first. And he's got to make Francis keep fighting. As I believe if he continues to press and press and press, he can make Francis get a little bit wide, make him get a little bit sloppy, make him reach for it.
He needs to get back on his jab. I think in the 5th round when he used his jab, that was his best round. I mean, to just try and, find big shots off of nothing is hard. He just needs to get back to just lining it up.
You're exactly right.
The difference when Francis is having a good round, he's got a sharp jab behind it, just like here, that lead hand is active.
Yeah, and if Duffy isn't controlling with the jab, he's not winning the fight.
Yeah.
Because Francis has the power shots. You can't let him have the jab too.
And it seems like he's finishing off the exchanges. He's the one that's finishing it off. Look, head. Good shot, but he's the last to answer. Feels like Dan's on a...
Right now, Francis is making the hill harder.
Exactly,
Good shots there from Francis.
It's Duffy between rounds. It's going to have to overcome something if this round keeps coming the same way it's been going. Get your back off the ropes and find your way back to the center.
It's the fact Dan is coming back. Even when he gets
There it
caught,
is.
he's coming back.
Now,
He's not-
stick.
I think he's felt the physicality dip from Duffy.
Yeah.
And he's just walking through.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, if Duffy survives this round, which he looks like he will, he can go back to that corner, reconstitute, and again come out with a faster pace. And we don't know if Francis has another round like this in him immediately. He might be draining the gas tank right now, trying to get Duffy out of there. Now we'll see. This is why they call the championship rounds. We're not going 12, we're going 10. But for the Southern title, for the Southern area title, these are the championship rounds.
Yeah. Oh, this is a crazy fight, man. What a fight. I hope the other two are this good.
Just as Francis defined the fight for himself in the 8th round, it is on Duffy right now to define the fight for himself in the 9th. 100%. And if he does that, the whole fight comes down to the 10th. It'll just be who can be the better man on the night. Look at both these guys just suck and win. They're exhausted, but they want it worse now than they did when they walked in the ring in the first place. You don't want to go through all this and not get your hand raised at the end.
I mean,
that hurts a lot more than any of these punches.
For even fight, to have to go back and do this again.
Oh my goodness.
Whoever, both of them want to move forward from here.
You see Duffy pounding his thighs there, waking him up, making sure his legs are underneath him, because he intends to make his impression on this round. I guarantee you. He's come out with that mindset. I got to do something, and I got to do it now. Francis starts the round right back on his stick. Duffy can't allow this to be the measure of the fight.
Like you said, Denz, I think you're right.
Sweet uppercut from Francis got right in there.
Duffy needs to get back on the jab.
He needs to get back on the jab.
But he can't because Francis's jab is first.
But you know what they say, you can jab with a jabber. You can't hook with a hooker, but you can jab with a jabber. Good right hand.
In this case, I don't think you can jab with a jabber if you're not jabbing first.
Exactly.
That's true. That is true.
Duffy just got landed.
And now Duffy is kind of fighting Francis' fight. He's just decided, if I can't jab with him, maybe I can slug with him.
This is heart and determination, man.
Of course.
Both guys want this.
Yeah.
They're showing character in there. Man.
And right now, the tactic has changed. Duffy is abandoning the jab, abandoning the movement,
and
abandoning the speed, and let me see if I can outslug you now.
That's it.
And this is a different way to force Francis to fight.
Oh, what
a clean shot.
They're
Another
both
one.
landing shots. I'm seeing blood, sweat everywhere.
Maybe you can exhaust Francis on the inside fighting, which no one would think to do.
Yeah.
But don't let him get that distance.
Because he's actually being successful.
He is. And what a bit of metal from both of these guys. I mean, talk about biting down on your gum shield.
Duffy's getting some real success with that right hand. That
Nothing will deter either one of these men. You're seeing two locomotives.
Duffy and a right hand over the top. And again, good
Ollie's
shot.
taking this round. I'll tell you that.
He's got to close it though. It's not his yet.
Jeez. What heart from Dan. Dan is just firing back too, and you can tell.
Boom. Now you got to make him pay on that one.
You do.
And this is what I meant by you can make Francis start getting wide. That was a wide shot.
That was a wide shot.
And if you keep the pressure on him, he'll get sloppy.
Dan's working well with his jab as well.
A downstairs, upstairs hook, that is nasty work from Francis. You can't let him get that off again.
Good flurry.
Oh my days.
What heart from both guys.
Wow.
This is a fight.
Yeah, it's time for Oliver to pour it on. He can steal the round right now if he stays busy. Stay on the inside and throw those big shots now. Duffy has an opportunity right now.
There's the same 10-second
there we go.
He's working
last 10 seconds.
Wow. There it is.
Who's going to finish off strong?
Don't take a break now. Keep it up.
Don't do that.
Oh boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I would have liked to see 3 or 4 more shots from Duffy at the end.
Me too. But listen, both fighters are fatigued. They put a lot into this fight, and he put a lot into that round.
He really did.
He just kind of stopped putting in the work before the bell went, and you've got to kind of go through the bell. I mean,
You know that you've gotten into a man's spirit when he starts speaking his native tongue. We just heard Denzel Bentley say, "Oh my days, I just got back from Ghana. I know that is the native tongue right there."
Oh, gosh.
Yes, yes. This has got everybody on their feet. It's got shouting from the rafters. It's got us speaking our native tongue. You can't ask for a more action fight than this. And you get a club fight on a night like this is why you come and show up, because you just never know. One of, if not both of these guys, I guarantee you, will be at the championship level one day. World class.
For sure. For sure.
I'd say right now it's Duffy who needs to win this round. He needs this round in his column.
And I think they're both gonna bring it. You see Dan's come out firing. So I feel he's really gonna leave it all in there.
That's right, that's right. I think Francis has had success down the stretch, and Duffy needs to change that narrative. He needs to show right now that he's still got more in the tank, and he's got some answers that he hasn't had in the 8th and 9th round.
Yeah, Dan just is.
I think Francis has opted to just shoe shined around.
Yeah, I think he feels he's definitely ahead and just needs to.
He knows what I just said, that he can't let Duffy show off this round.
Yeah.
But, you know, as we spoke about Oscar De La Hoya earlier, you can make the mistake of trying to cruise your way to the final bell, and that ends up being the reason you don't get your hand raised. So Francis should stay in this fight. Don't be too confident that he's ahead.
Oh, lovely left hook.
But in a fight this close, you can't risk that.
You can't. I've got to give credit to Dan. He got caught with a lovely shot there and just came forward with a 5-piece.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. This is what you call heart, grit, and determination.
Duffy knows exactly what I said is true, and he's fighting that way. He's not gonna just let this victory slip through his hands. If it doesn't go his way, it won't be because of lack of effort.
Yeah.
Both of these men have done everything they can to win this fight. And right now, I think Francis has a little bit less in the tank than Duffy.
Yeah,
and Duffy
it looks that
needs
way.
to press the gas.
He can't go. He can't go back. Oh,
whoa! What a hellacious right hand landed.
But Dan comes straight back.
He does.
Doesn't let him enjoy it.
No, he doesn't. Before you're trying to, you know, take a picture of that shot, another one.
Oh, good band to the body.
Come on, in this final minute, somebody's got to
nice
want it
shot.
more. Can we see one more big shot from either one of these men? A huge punch.
Wow.
Francis is chopping trees. Can Duffy hit him with an assassin's bullet?
Wow. Oh,
there it is, and there's the
Good
bullet.
combination there from Duffy.
One big shot. There it is.
3-piece.
Duffy decided to take this round
And
in the
the
stretch.
2-piece from Dan.
But Francis is not just going to let it go. He's
He
still
rolls
in there
it
trying to land
back.
the big bomb.
Wow. Wow.
What a fight.
What a fight. Wow.
I'd say 10 seconds.
Wow. Last 10 seconds.
Duffy knows he needs it. He's fighting for it, leaving it all in the ring. Both of these men not letting an inch slide. What an incredible night of boxing. Nothing left but blood, sweat, and tears on the canvas of this
You
ring.
can see Dan there. He's put
just
everything into that fight.
Each man left it all right there in the center of the ring. You gotta respect
What
it. You
a
gotta
fight.
love it.
Good work.
That was a brilliant good fight.
That was a very good fight. I mean, listen, neither fighter looks confident that they've got the win.
Nor should they be.
Yeah, but they were both in a great fight, and that's fight of the night for me. I don't care what happens next.
Clearly.
That's a fight of the year contender. I swear. Wow, what a fight. What a fight.
Imagine
man.
they give it a draw.
Yeah.
Hey, if I was the ref, that's what I'd be going for, because must have been hard to score.
I mean, my goodness. The only harder fight is trying to stay in your chair throughout that fight. You want to stand up on the table
That was a
and cheer
brilliant
these
fight.
men on.
After 10 rounds of action. action, we go to your referee scorecard. Referee Kira McCann scores the contest 96-95 to the winner and the new Southern Area Welterweight Champion, the Bandit, Daniel Princeton.
Why? Why 1 point? Wow.
That is as close as a fight can get. You can't be mad. You can't be mad no matter who you had that winning that fight.
You can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that. But wow. It's a shame that someone has to
no one's
be
lost.
a loser.
It's a shame that someone has to get an L on their record. But boy, nobody's lost tonight.
If both boys could walk away with a belt tonight, I wouldn't be mad. But I know there's got to be one winner. But wow, what a fight! They've both done wonders for their career. They put themselves out there in the shop window and showed, you know, what type of fighters and what type of courage they have.
And making the case for Francis, I believe it was just down the stretch. He did a little bit more. And giving him more than a 1 point win would have been a travesty. But 100%. That 1 point win, I can understand what the referee was seeing.
I ain't mad at that. That must have been so hard to score for the referee as well.
So difficult.
Wow.
And I gave Duffy the 12th round. So for me, we were joking earlier because we did see a draw that wasn't right. This very, very easily could have been a draw for me. And with Duffy winning that 10th round, I could have seen it his way. I can see it Francis's way. I would have been happy with a draw just because both men deserve to have their hand raised at the end of this fight.
But like I was saying earlier, Duffy's young. He can come back and move on and do wonders in his career. This is the risky fight to take. A lot of fighters skip this stage in their career and go for easier fights. He's opted to stick in there and show his courage, his heart, and you know his intentions in the sport. So. Listen. When you see this fight on paper, you'll say that Duffy needs to come back. But when you see this fight in person, you know he can just move on. 100%. You're right.
Definitely.
You're right. You are.
It's a loss,
right.
but it's not a loss.
It's not a loss. He showed a lot of heart and character in that fight. He's ready for any level, any stage.
And Dan showed a lot of heart in there too. There was
a lot of heart. I know both of them were feeling it in the first half of that fight, and they both dug deep.
2 stars got made tonight.
No, that was brilliant, and I would love to see them down the line.
I'm happy it was streamed, and this wasn't one of those fights that went under the radar, not being streamed or televised, and everyone and it's forgotten about. You can go back and watch this 10 times.
And it was streamed with a proper commentary table.
Exactly.
3 other guys could have really blown this thing.
The radio Raheem and then Aziz. Come on, man.
Oh, what a great fight.
Hey, you know what? The truth is that Duffy will look over and see that hardware around Francis's chest, and it will motivate him for the rest of his career. He will remember this night and the effort that he gave and the margin by which he lost. And he will never give that margin to another man.
No, never,
You don't like that one,
Good fight.
This is when it's so important to have your father in your corner. Duffy's got a great father who's guiding his career and raising a very strong and independent young man who will be, I believe, at the championship world level one day. And you've got Don Charles, you see over there, supporting. This is the kind of fight where you can't let your man hang his head. He's got to go back in the ring. And I'd say as soon as he's healed up, as soon as he is ready physically to take on another bit of combat, get him right back in there and celebrate this night. You don't want to walk away with an L, but you have to understand that you have to walk away winning in spirit. You've got to know that you gave all that you could. You go back, you watch this fight, learn from it, and understand that you just move on. You don't have to come back.
And he's just moved up in weight. When he starts filling out into a proper welterweight, you're going to see, you know, a lot more from Duffy as well. I mean,
in these kind of fights, man, you got to just respect both guys for not giving in. It was just a clash of wills that was edged by one man. And Francis really is going to sleep well tonight, knowing that he did just enough.
He deserves it. I remember seeing him maybe a few years back in just a normal local gym.
And he edged it.
And he was aspiring to, you know, win titles. And look, he's here now, put it all on the line, done brilliant, and put on a fantastic fight. And I'm proud of him. He's done very well.
Yeah, definitely proud of him.
I mean, there was moments in there where Dan Francis could have taken a break. And what did we say? He decided to punch and jab when he didn't want to.
Yeah.
And therein, again, lies just a bit of edge that might have gotten him the win tonight.
100%. That is definitely what contributed to that win. The fight was so close. It was those little margins that made the difference.
That's right.
When he was punching when he didn't want to, but he knew he had to. That's how bad he wanted it. That's how bad both fighters wanted it.
That's right.
None of them really took the foot off the gas and was taking shots or trying to ride around. Even when they were taking the round off, they were still working.
Like, we had a round where they both took the round off, and it was one of the best action rounds of any of the other fights.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Well, soon we'll be able to hear from Dan Francis. We'll have Melissa there. I can't wait to hear what's on his mind right now. I mean, he's got to be so happy to have gotten this win, but I can't wait to hear what he has to say about the fight itself.
And the new Southern Area Welterweight Champion. Tell me what it means to you to have that belt.
Yeah, it means the world to me. But first of all, I want to thank Mark Neilson, Carl Neilson, my whole team for pushing me and getting me here. It's been a hard camp. And yeah, without those guys, this wouldn't be possible. So this belt's not just mine, it's theirs, mainly theirs. They were pushing me, and thanks to Ollie. What a fight. We gave the fans a great fight. And I said, every time I get in that ring, I want to give people an entertaining fight. So I'm glad I was able to do that. They're getting their hard work's money to come and watch me fight. So there you go. I took a few blows and I gave a few. So I'm glad that, it was good. But I also want to thank my family because they've been patient. I haven't seen my family for like 5 weeks. I just can't wait to cuddle with my kids, man. I just can't wait to get home and rest,
You worked so hard in there, you dug so deep, you both did. And as you said, that fight was for the fans. It was a fan-friendly, toe-to-toe, action-packed fight. I saw you guys exchanging some words at the end of the fight. What were you saying?
I was just saying, keep your head up. That was a good fight. He was never going to go in there and just beat me. If he was going to beat me, he needed to work quadruple to beat me. Because when I train, it's different. So it's going to take a monster to beat me, I'll just keep digging and I'll find a way. So credit to him because he had the balls to get in there. I can't lie, I'm kind of glad I didn't knock him out. I thought I nearly had him. That was the plan, I promised my family a stoppage. And I'm kind of gutted I couldn't keep that promise, but on the next one, man.
Do you know what, though? We got 10 rounds of action, so we're not disappointed in that whatsoever. A quick word from Mark. Mark, you've often said how Dan is the total package, future star of the sport. He has what it takes to go all of the way. What did you make of that fight?
Well, it's fantastic. That's what area title fights is all about. The better the opponent, the better the Dan Francis we see. And that's the first of many titles for this young man. I'm really proud of him. He's dug deep. And he's got a dig on him. That Ollie's got a chin because he was digging him, catching some real big punches, and he kept coming back for more. But I was sat at ringside, and some people thought it was a bit closer than it was. I had no doubt my man had it. So we got a really big future ahead, some big titles ahead. But now we can rest up because I know he's had a tough camp. But that was toe to toe for 10 rounds. So the engine on these guys, you can see the effort they put in. So just really proud of him. But some big fights ahead now.
Yes, the future is bright for Dan the Bandit Francis. Quick word for your supporters in the building tonight.
Yeah, I just want to thank them so much because they've been patient as well with the tickets. They all paid their money. You get me? So thank you for coming out and supporting me. I really appreciate it. And I promise you exciting fights. They're never going to be dull. They're always going to be entertaining. So, yeah, just keep supporting, keep coming. And there'll be bigger belts and bigger achievements, I promise you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Dan.
right, as we look at these replays, I gotta tell you that this is a classic that you've seen. It's a kind of thing that you have to really love boxing to be present for and understand that this can happen at even the club level, at the area level, that fighters come in and decide that it's gonna be them on the night. And both of these men knew when they came in that they were gonna come out with a victory. And in my book, while one man won, the other man did not lose. They both leveled up tonight. We've seen two classic brawls and classic boxing matches all in one. These guys absolutely came to perform, and they did as much as they could on the night. I just entered the dressing room of Oliver Duffy, and he's such a competitor. He's going to be devastated by the fact that he didn't get that Southern Area title tonight, and his team is dejected because they believe they could have done enough to win tonight, and they didn't. And so when you see him out in the roads, when you see him out in the gym, when you see him out on the stages, make sure if you see him that you let him know that you appreciate the kind of effort put forward and that he's got no reason to hang his head.
Indigo, we're live on FightZone and set to go with 10 rounds of action for the Commonwealth Silver Super Lightweight title. Introducing first to the ring, please welcome Billy the Kid Pickles. And now entering the arena, it's Mr. Brightside, Conor Gray. For our next bout of the evening, Mark Neilson of Neilson Boxing, in association with John Trethewey of TM14 Promotions, present 10 rounds of action for the Commonwealth Silver Super Lightweight title. The action is sponsored by Gladius, Allegra, and JJ Crump and Son. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Stewards in charge are Des Reese and Nigel Thomas. Your Commonwealth official is Debbie Downs. Your 3 scoring judges at the ringside are from Harrow, Kieran McCann, from Wolverhampton, Terry O'Connor, and from Preston, Phil Edwards. Timekeeper of the bell is Brett Smith, and your referee is A-star referee Lee Every. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in today at 9 stone 13 pounds, wearing blue trunks with a fight record of 17 fights, 16 wins, and only 1 defeat. From Leeds, Yorkshire, Billy the Kid Pickles. And his opponent, boxing out of the blue corner, he weighed in today at 10 stone even, wearing gray shorts, 30 fights, 30 wins, from Cowlin, Wiltshire. He's the reigning Commonwealth Silver Super Lightweight Champion, Mr. Brightside, Conor Gray.
Okay, lads, when I say stop, you stop boxing. When I say break, take a step back. Keep your hands up, protect yourself all the time. Good luck to you.
The room is buzzing. Electricity from the last fight is carried on to this one, and the fans are absolutely enthralled. I've heard Pickles being booed. This is the name I've been waiting to say all night. Maybe the only clapping in the room came from me for this Commonwealth Silver Super Lightweight title fight. And we shall see. One man's got an O, but one man has only got 1 defeat on his record. The 16-1 Billy Pickles comes out aggressive, is making the fight from the beginning. Something about when you get booed right there before you step into the middle of the ring, I think it gives you a little bit more energy to decide to let these guys know in the crowd that you come to fight. You want to quiet them down. If you can take the crowd out of it early, it can be a great advantage for you and play in the mind of your opponent. Well, the golden voice that you've been hearing all night doing these incredible interviews post-fight has just joined us at the table for commentary. Melissa, I know I'm almost envious that you got to speak to Francis after that fight because, boy, what a matchup that was.
That was absolutely insane. You know, I was watching my heart rate on my Apple Watch go up as the fight progressed. It was just such fan-friendly action, you know. I'm so glad we got 10 rounds of it.
And I had to pop into the dressing room of Ollie just to, you know, congratulate him on such a good effort and let him know not to hang his head. You know, just your thoughts on his performance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie really came, he really impressed. He really came to win, and I was really impressed with his conditioning as well as his versatility throughout the fight. You know, as the rounds progressed, I definitely had him winning the last couple of rounds, and he just looked like the fresher fighter. But Dan had invested so much and banked so much early on that it really, it went his way.
I've encouraged the fans and all the boxing community when you see Oliver out, just to pat him on the back and let him know that we appreciate the effort and he'll be back and better. This is not the kind of fight you come back from, but the kind of fight you move on from.
Yeah, no, his stock's definitely raised from that fight, you know.
Now, if we're going to give a little bit of attention here to Conor Gray and Billy Pickles, I can't say enough. It looks like Billy's come out and tried to impose his will and take the crowd out of it, and Conor Gray's, you know, having none of it. So it's another looking to be a good clash. What do you reckon about this Commonwealth Super Silver lightweight title?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because you know, Conor Gray is obviously defending it against Billy Pickles, and at the moment Billy Pickles looks like he wants to, you know, rough things up a little bit, make it a little bit messy and unpredictable. So interested to see how the fight will progress.
Yeah, they got a tall order following that last one, but we shall see, and we'll figure out who you're going to be interviewing after this fight as it goes on. You know, we were talking about the significance of the Southern Area title and the Commonwealth Silver Super title. What is the significance of that one?
Well, you know, I'm a little bit biased when it comes to these things. I'm quite a purist, but so I happen to put a lot of stock in the Southern Area, just because I feel like, you know, sometimes the matchups you get at Southern Area, like we've just seen, they are, you know, the fights that you might have down the line for something much bigger, but you're having them early on in your career. They're testing fights. So I always lean towards the Southern areas as the real test, but the Commonwealth Silver, there's nothing to take away from it. It puts you in contention for such big things.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that Commonwealth Silver, that puts you right, mandatory challenger for the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you kind of skip the kind of Southern Area English level and you go straight to the big dogs and that. So this is a good title to fight for, and I think them creating this title and putting it in the mix is actually a good thing for fighters also.
Definitely.
Now, why was Billy Pickles getting booed? Where's he from? What's the problem?
He's probably the, you know, got the least fans here. Maybe, you know what I mean? So maybe Conor Gray has you know, the bigger crowd and stuff. Yeah. I'm not sure. Am I wrong in saying this is a rematch?
I don't know.
I could be wrong. Let me just double check that.
I'm really enjoying how Radio Raheem is taking every opportunity to say Billy Pickles.
Maybe that's why he's getting booed. No one likes Pickles. Yeah. Hey. Well, all right. Well, you know, I'm gonna let that one slide. It's getting late. It's getting late, and I'm getting more and more immature. Oh, nice body shot there from Gray. And that's the kind of thing that you want to see, especially if a fighter is coming on and trying to take the crowd out of it. You want to slow his feet down a little bit.
Definitely.
And get him right in front of you as a nice target.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite punch to start controlling the action, is a straight shot to the body.
Okay,
it's also so disrespectful. You know, Floyd Mayweather used to land that straight lead right to the body, and it's just like, you know what, man, you didn't have to do that. You know what I mean?
No, but honestly, you know, a shot like that landing on the solar plexus or in the stomach when you're not expecting it, just takes the wind right out of you.
It makes you wonder, because you've got to bend down to get it, and if it's with your strong hand, it takes so long to get there. You should never get hit with that.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you start thinking to yourself, why am I so open for that shot?
Yes,
That's
exactly.
right. That's right.
Billy Pickles is really trying to kind of, you know, clinch, hold, make it a little bit messy.
Another straight left from Gray, right down the pike. Managed to get Pickles right in the pickle.
Top scores for you.
I would never force the pickle.
I like how Billy Pickles is kind of trying to cut off that ring, take the feet away from Conor Gray.
Yeah, I think he's rightly also trying to make it a bit ugly. You know, nobody likes to get booted, and then you can't allow your opponent to show off on the heels of that. So just make it a mugging.
Oh, Conor Gray's kind of touching his head. Maybe there was a slight clash there.
As a matter of fact, I've just seen that the main event is for the Commonwealth title. And this is the same weight class, so I guess whoever wins this will be in line to fight the winner of the next fight. So, good little four-man tournament, I guess.
Yeah. Little Final Four, if you will.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Right at the end of the round there, Billy Pickles had his glove all up in the face of Conor Gray. Really sets the tone.
I'd say this fight's been a little bit ugly thus far, but that's not a problem for me. I like an ugly fight here and there. But if somebody settles down and starts to establish their jab and make the distance that they want, it could change this fight very, very quickly. I don't think either man is really comfortable yet.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes styles they don't gel, so it makes the fight a bit messy. And whoever has the ring generalship to kind of settle and figure out what they need to do first, usually takes over and wins the fight. But sometimes that doesn't happen, and we end up with a messy fight for.
And I can't tell which kind of fight this is. If they are going to settle down, I would probably say it's the latter, right? Where it may be like this for the whole of the fight.
That's the feeling I'm getting.
Seconds out, round 3.
Oh, wow.
Well, the vino is flowing. Hopefully you out there in the audience, you can't hear the crowd chant, but we do apologize for the language. You might have to interview some of the crowd after this one.
I think I'll be staying clear of the crowd.
Yeah, I think for Billy's sake, he should stay inside and keep it muggy. I realize both these guys are long and can fight long, but I'm not seeing much power from him.
Yeah.
Shoot on the outside, his jab's not really crisp, so you might as well stay in with these short shots and continue to make it ugly. It doesn't look like the outside game is going to be Billy Pickles' bread and butter. You see what I did there?
It's difficult though, isn't it? I mean, when you've got a fighter kind of sitting on your chest, smothering your work, it's quite hard to find that space to establish the jab and get that range control.
Right, yeah, which is exactly why I think Billy Pickles should do that. Because on the outside, it looks like, to me, Conor Gray has the advantage.
Definitely, yeah. Good, nice investments to the body from both boxers.
That's another thing you'll see from taller fighters. There is more body to hit, if you will. And when you're inside, they tend to want to go downstairs rather than upstairs because you expose so much of your sides when you wing shots upstairs inside when you're a tall, lanky fighter like this. I guess I missed the low blow. Did you guys see a low blow there?
Yeah, it was in the inside.
Okay.
Ref's having a gentle word with Billy Pickles.
Milking it a bit there, Gray.
Gray rightly taking his time for his hit low. He should take all the time that he's provided. It's always funny to me because I think, there's a lot of pressure when you stop the action in a fight. Yeah. Even if you were rightly hit low and have the time.
All eyes are on you and it's like, how long are you going to be out for?
Yeah. Right. It feels quite awkward as well, just having people waiting on you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You're hurt, but you just want to crack over because everyone's just waiting.
I would remind myself I was the only one hitting the balls tonight. Yeah, exactly. So, you shall wait. Looks like Gray is trying to be a little bit more precise with that left hand.
Yeah.
And which he needs to be. I mean, again, I think he's having success on the outside, so he should be a bit more busy with the jab so he can set that left hand up. And there it is.
Lovely straight left down the pipe.
It was a bit of a feint with the jab on that and landed the left, but I'd like to see that jab spearing out there. Yeah, in the replay here, you can see what we're talking about. The jab, I believe. Oh, there's the low blow, an absolute shot right to the cup. And you know what? You'd rather get hit square on the cup than on the side. Believe it or not, it creates. Yeah, well, you can tell about that, Bentley.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it creates almost like a scissor effect. And boy, that is unpleasant.
What do you mean? When you get hit to the side?
When you get hit in the side of the cup, because the cup slides and it like cuts into your bits.
Oh, that
Whereas if
sounds
the cup is made to be hit square on, so it still doesn't feel good, but that's how you want to get hit if you got to get hit there.
It doesn't feel good, but it feels better.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Pickles loading up with the uppercut, I should say. I don't know, I haven't seen much power from him, but he's looking for it. Oh. I do like that both fighters are combination punching. They don't seem to settle for one shot if there's a second follow-up shot there to be had.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of variety between the shots, which is quite nice to see. Makes for an unpredictable kind of play of things.
Right, and it can also make the fight ugly. But as the fight wears on and they get, I think, to be able to anticipate the other opponent or the opponent's movement more, the fight's getting less ugly and just more action.
Yeah.
Like good body shots landing there from Gray though.
These are great shots, really. As we spoke about earlier in the night, it's hard for long fighters to fight in close.
Yeah.
So when you're able to land those kind of thudding shots to the body up close, you know that you're hitting the target.
Yeah, definitely.
There's been quite a lot of punch accuracy coming from Billy Pickles this round, which is on the outside, which is impressive.
A nice left hand. It was a jab, but a strong one from Billy Pickles. And followed up with the right hand.
Pickles.
Right to the back. I punch it. Don't punch it. Relax, both of you. Step back.
I think Billy Pickles is leaning in on Gray and standing square, which is taking a bit off of his punches and making it difficult for him to counter even. It's just like, I'm not sure why he's not taking his shape and getting leverage on his punches.
Well, I think it's because his intention is really just to sit on the chest of Conor Gray, and I think he finds it easy to do that being square, but you're absolutely right. He's taking so much leverage away from his punch power.
You sit on his chest, but do it side saddle.
Yeah, his balance is a bit off. I mean, yeah, the way he is, 1 minute, his feet are a bit, unnatural.
Yeah.
Whatever works for works.
His feet are a bit unnatural.
That's my second favorite thing you said tonight. Unnatural and negative.
Going into round 5.
here in the replay. You're able to see a bit of the gamesmanship from Pickles, which allowed him to land that beautiful right hand. Probably the best punch of the night so far for him. It was very clean. He had a little bit of leverage on it, but then he went right back to standing square and leaning on his chest, as Melissa points out. I think if he were just to be able to keep his shape, he would be able to do more damage with these punches.
The 1-2 down the pipe is his best shot. So he's his best shot, so I don't understand why he wants to get in close. He wants to be at distance. He's the longer fighter.
Perhaps he thinks that by being in close, he mitigates what Conor Gray can bring, but actually he's mitigating his own assets as well.
He's given that body up now, and that's a mistake because it'll bring his hands down.
Yep.
And then you'll get caught with something cute over the top.
I think the reason why he goes square is because he switches. So at times when he's in certain positions, he doesn't know where to bring his feet, because I've seen him switch quite a few times.
He gets caught in the middle, which is why you don't switch.
Yeah,
if you get caught in the middle, then you shouldn't be switching.
Yeah.
Lovely work behind the jab from Conor Gray.
It's a good jab there from Pickles. Oh, good hook
very
there
nice.
from Gray.
Yeah, I'd say Gray should try that again and follow it up with that left hand. I actually think that jab from Gray, a little weave and a right hand, is there for him all night. He should just keep rinse and repeat until Pickles forces him to do something different.
Yeah, that's it really, isn't it? If you look at when I don't know whether he's in the south position or orthodox, he throws his backhand and the back foot just comes off the ground with it.
Yeah, we've seen that in another fight tonight.
With the Finley fight.
It's so difficult to watch because you know you're giving away so much of your leverage, and with that leverage goes power.
He's just done it again there.
Just noticed it, yeah. It's almost like he's flying in to close the distance, but actually he's not planting his feet and turning into that right hand.
He needs to move his his lead foot in closer and then throw the backhand rather than just lift everything up.
It's a definition of falling in, right? Yeah, he's falling in over his shot.
A bit unnatural.
Good spot, Denzel. Lovely.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of these fighters at least getting back to the body work also. They're getting a bit head hunty, and that opening underneath is still there. It's a solid round, but I think a lot was left on the table that round. Yeah. Either fighter really could have done more and done better. And we want to see what's happening underneath when they're inside. That I was really enjoying those short shots inside.
Yeah, earlier. But like we said, I mean, neither fighter's really settled yet or found their rhythm. It's still a bit messy. What are we going into now, the 6th round? We're going into round 6. Yeah, I mean, it's still a bit messy. They're both getting tired up. No one's really found their range or their rhythm. So, yeah, I guess it's a hard one to kind of score.
Yeah.
And coming off a fight that we just saw, the last fight.
I know, it just revved us all up, didn't it?
But obviously, I know both fighters are giving their best and stuff, and that's all we can appreciate. So,
yeah. But as you say, the fight is still there for the taking.
It is.
And as we get right through these middle rounds, somebody has got to take control.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I really don't like touching gloves in between, like, to start these rounds.
I have mixed opinions on this. I quite like it.
Nah. It gives me sparring vibes.
Oh, really? Yeah.
In the spar, you kind of touch gloves. In the fight, I don't touch my gloves. Yeah. Not.
What would you do if someone kind of like put their glove out to touch your glove?
I'm from a punch.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Right to the nose.
Yeah, I mean, we're not obliged to touch gloves in the beginning of every round or at the end of every round. You know what I mean? But in the first round and the last round, yeah, when the ref asked, cool, you touch gloves, you acknowledge that. In between that, I'm not obliged to, so I'm not doing it.
There's no point in the fight when we're friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're giving away a free shot. If I can put my hands up to reach, I can put my hand up to jab you. So
that's it.
Yeah, I'm not going that way.
Yeah, smoking like a southern area fighter.
Chopping.
I'm watching the punches get a little bit more labored as well from Billy Pickles.
That was a good right hand there from Pickles, though.
Very good, right? But to your point, because he was squared up when he landed it, he could only do nothing but tie up afterwards. He's not in position to throw a follow-up shot.
Yeah. If he could just hold that back foot down as opposed to backhand, the hook is there.
Right.
Just come back up with a hook.
Right. There's so many options if you're in position to punch.
True. Yeah, that is very true.
Both of you, come on, let's go. Break, step back, no punching. Both of you, no wrestling, come on, no wrestling.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
Lovely backhand to the body.
Yeah, I think Billy's getting a little bit tired. I can just see those laboring shots. And if he was falling over the punches when he wasn't tired, it's about to get sloppy.
Yeah, his legs look fatigued. Well, I shouldn't say more fatigued. They look fatigued.
It's another tell when you see a very tall fighter just kind of constantly leaning in and just trying to impose and shorten the distance without punching his way in.
Yeah, he doesn't need to lean in. He's the taller.
Exactly.
He's getting caught with shots like that from Gray when he leans in.
As he should.
Yeah,
that's what you pay. That's the entry fee. Nice shot to the body also. A good hook from Gray.
Good body shot from Gray.
As we had hoped, I think Gray is starting to establish his dominance in this fight. He's starting to control it. He's settled down into it because he's getting these opportunities as Pickles getting winded and out of position more frequently. Nice right hand from Pickle right there.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 7.
I'd like to see Gray establish a jab immediately and start getting busy to the body and the head. Just take control now and see if pressure will break Pickles. Nothing? Nobody?
It went over my head, but I caught it.
Yes, I would like to see that too. I agree with you, Radio Wahoo.
There you go. If Gray is just willing to kind of stand and move and look for a shot, I think that plays into Billy Pickles' hands.
Yeah, when Big Pickles was just there, just bouncing and flicking that jab out, that was a good nice position to be in. It was good work, and then he just fell in right after that.
Yeah,
I feel like he doesn't know how to throw his right hand properly without being disrespectful, because he just keeps falling over his front foot with it. When he's on the jab, look, that's lovely.
Yeah, that kind of like working off the back foot, edging backwards, popping out that jab, that works well for him.
It does.
Oh,
Good counter there from Gray.
Yeah, very.
It's an overhand left Landed right on the temple. It's the kind of shot that could put you down.
Yeah. With enough power, that it could.
But with that shot, you don't need as much power if you get it right on the temple.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that gets a flash knockdown.
But then Pickles he's falling into that shot himself. He's making it easy for him to find them hooks over the top. A good try for the uppercut though from Pickles. But when he's there, good right hand as well. But he falls straight into it. If he just kind of comes back, there's more options like William said. Good backhand there from Gray.
It's good to see a bit better range control from both the boxers really in this round.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time, I think, for Gray to bring a little bit more pace.
Yeah.
Just sitting back and letting the fight happen isn't going to be enough for him.
When he's working up that jab, good one too, but then he gets caught with that backhand from Gray, just pulling out too high.
I mean, listen, Pickles' head is up in the air and exposed. Like, if you can, like we just saw, a good left hand, follow that up and keep the pressure coming. He's there to be hit at the minute.
Good right hand there from Pickles.
Don't let him off the hook.
That was just pure balance.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just got his feet mixed up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened more frequently, actually, in this fight.
Yeah.
Action intensifying there at the end of that round. Hopefully we start the next round with this round finished.
That'd be nice to see.
So we're down the stretch now. What I would still refer to as the championship rounds, as these are only 10s, but they are Commonwealth titles. So we will see now who can take control of this fight and maybe take it out of the judges' hands in the sense of winning the last championship rounds and making a statement.
Any initial thoughts on where this fight is kind of leaning?
I'm definitely leaning towards Gray. I think he's got the better work, but it's still up for grabs to some extent. I mean, if Pickles is able to control this fight down the line, it could go either way.
Yeah. Nice work.
Good shots there from Gray. Nice reverse one too.
And there's another overhand left. Yeah, I feel like Gray's finding the target a little more frequently here.
Yeah, getting a bit more efficient and effective with those counters as well to the body.
Yeah, efficient is a good word. He's wasting less time and energy and selecting his punches better.
Definitely agree.
When Pickles ties Gray up, he leaves his chin exposed on the right side. And it's still a legal shot until the referee breaks him. So something that experience would teach you is that Gray could come over the top and hit him on the right side every time they tie up.
Good shots there from Pickles.
There it is. Well, I mean, he waited a little bit longer than he should have on that one. The referee was breaking him up, but that's the shot that was open.
It's almost like he heard you.
Both of those body shots caught on the elbows by Billy Pickle. That one got through.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 left hands in a row, thudding shots.
Oh, lovely. That's disrespectful. Will you parry it with the same hand? Will you throw the punch with?
Another left hand upstairs.
You can't miss with that left hand now, Gray.
And this is exactly when you need to be taking control of the fight, just as Conor Gray has in that round. So as we get down the stretch for the championship rounds of the Commonwealth lightweight title, we are seeing Conor Gray emerge and start to take control and set the pace of this action and the kind of fight he should want to have, not just now, but have wanted from the beginning. I think because Pickles is slowing down and being more laborious with his punches, it's creating openings, and to Gray's credit, he is seizing those openings.
Yeah, most definitely. That was a nice little short right uppercut inside there.
And that
body work from good also.
That's the kind of shot you really only land when you're in rhythm.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Round 9.
Seconds out, round 9.
I think Conor Gray's, finishing the fight stronger. Rightfully so, as he is the champion.
Yeah, it's going to require Billy to find something new to take this fight from Conor Gray at this point. I mean, a part of why Conor Gray is having success now is because Billy Pickles is just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
To Melissa's point earlier, when it was awkward and he was mixing it up, it was difficult for Conor to know what to do next, and he had to kind of wait and counterpunch Pickles. But now it's a bit predictable.
Yeah, it feels like Conor Gray's got a good read on the situation. He's just reacting quite well. Although I have to say, in the last 10 seconds or so, Billy Pickles has gotten scrappy again.
Yeah, he's gone back kind of to what he was doing earlier in the fight.
What was working, yeah.
Oh, Pickles is stepping on the gas here and unleashing.
Well, he saw
good work from Pickles.
That Gray had gotten comfortable and he needed to switch it up, and that's what he's done. Ooh. A very nice left hand there from Conor Gray. I like that I'm seeing Gray put a little bit more mustard on these shots. Now it's time, if you've got it, use it. And if there's power left in the engine, hit the gas.
Lovely body work here from Conor Gray.
Which is a good way to break a fighter down at any point, but especially the championship rounds. You can see that Conor Gray intends to keep this title, and he is fighting well. Beautiful. He knows what to do to get out of here with his hand raised. However, Billy Pickles ain't just gonna let him have it. He's gonna stay in there and look for spots, and possibly, something magic could happen. Ooh. Boy, oh boy.
These lads are really just going for it.
That left hand from Pickles is the kind of shot that could have been so much more effective if he was on balance and landing a shot from a position for which you should be punching, which is on your shape with your right foot in front, and just put some torque on it. There's just no torque on it. Now we're entering the final and 10th round. I think Conor is comfortably ahead in this fight.
I would say so. Denzel?
Yeah, I've got Conor Gray winning this fight. I think his work has been cleaner. He's landed the more precise shots, and you know it's hard. Pickles' work has been good at times, but it has been a lot messy. So it's hard to kind of give him rounds based on that, the work he's producing. So I'm going to favour Gray.
Seconds out, 10th and final round.
I like Gray's shorts. They're cool.
Do you like the bright side or the?
No, just like the metallic vibe that he's got going on. Wow.
Here we go. This is what I like to see. I think neither one of them are sure that they're ahead on the cards.
Yeah.
So they're getting after it. Ooh.
Oh, both boys going for it in this round. Bit wild there from Gray.
Pickles almost feels like he's got a new lease of
And he
life.
throws it again and lands this time.
Yeah, Pickles is in offensive posture because, ooh, head clash there. Yeah, that's gonna smart a bit. Yeah. But I like that Pickles is in an offensive posture and he wants to close the show. He's not just gonna cruise to the end. He's still, I think, he might still believe that he has a chance to win this fight. He might feel like he's ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's what his body language is saying.
Come on, lights out, let's go, come on.
I think that switch didn't serve Pickles right there. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
He had some good angles available to him and gave him away. Nice little short left hand in there from Conor Gray. This round feels long. How many minutes are we in so far?
I think the timekeeper lost track of time. He's enjoying the round too much.
Oh, good work.
Oh, they're going to scrap to the very final bell. You got to love it.
This is a great round from both boys.
Yeah. Come on, give us one more big shot to close the show. Somebody, he's looking for it. Ooh, we almost got it. Come on. I believe in you guys.
What a round.
There it is.
What a round for both boys.
Way to close the show.
Well done, both fighters. Both fighters think they've got it, and I guess there's a case for both.
I think that made for a good final round. Both guys believe that they could still be ahead in the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to your judges' score totals. Judge McCann and Edwards score the contest 96-94. Judge Terry O'Connor scores the contest 96-95. All three in favor. And the new Commonwealth Silver Super Lightweight Champion, Billy the Kid Pickles.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, being nobody, is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hit. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
This here is all about my kids, the life that I live. Through the night, I was his. It was right what I did. My ups and downs, my slips, my falls, my trials and tribulations, my heart, my walls, my mother, my father. I love them. I hate them. It was God. I didn't have them, but I'm glad that he made them. The roaches, the rats, the strays, the cats, the guns, knives, and bats. Every time I scrap, the hustling, the dealing, the robbing, the stealing, the shit, the ceiling, little boy with no feelings, the frustration, the rage, trapped inside a cage, the beat is till the age, I carry the 12 gauge. What they don't know is the bullshit, the drama, the guns, the armor, the city, the farmer, the babies, the mama, the projects, the drugs, the children, the thugs, the tears, the hugs, the love, the slugs, the funerals, the wakes, the churches, the coffins, the heartbroken muffers. It happens too often.
Billy and the new, how does it feel to have that title?
I'm the new. I can't believe it, you know. Well, I can. I was confident going in there. It was a great fight. 10 rounds of war. And we brought it, you know. We brought it tonight, and we've come victorious. And massive thank you to Dennis for the opportunity again. Thank you to Mark and John, you know. Massive thank you.
Yeah, that was 10 action-packed rounds with Conor Gray in there. What do you think edged the fight in your favour over those 10 rounds?
I think it was my work rate, you know. Going in there, Conor's a good kid. We knew he was sharp, but we knew he liked to fight at his own pace. And tonight we had to go up the gears and keep it on him. And that's what we did. So massive thank you to everybody who's come to London tonight. You know, the support, unbelievable. You know, the Leeds lot know how to bring it. So thank you very much. Yeah.
You have so much support in the building tonight. It must mean a great deal to you to have people coming down, supporting you as you take the steps through your career.
Yeah, we all know how hard it is to go away from home and get the W. And we've done it. We've done it tonight. Come on!
A quick word from Dennis. Dennis, what did you make of Billy Pickles' fight?
All you get is 100% honesty from Billy. Outside of the ring and inside, he's got a fantastic family and support behind him. And I must be honest, I've been promoting for 30-odd years, and he's an absolute pleasure. But he's just getting better and better. He's like a good wine, what I drink in Jersey. He's like that. He's getting better and better with age. And the next one is the full Commonwealth. That's what we're going on after. But there's always going to be other options in our camp. But I must say, Conor were fantastic tonight, and Med. And it takes two to tango, and a fantastic dance partner. So congratulations, Conor.
Yes, congratulations to both fighters. Congratulations on your win tonight. We look forward to seeing you in full title contention. Any last words?
Massive respect to Conor and his team. You know, he's a great fighter and he'll come back from that. I want to say a massive thank you to John and Mark for getting me here. Dennis Hobson, you know, I've got a top team behind me. FightZone, you know, Martin, my coach, and all people who've come to support me. Massive shout out to everyone. Thank you to my sponsors. Come on, I'm the new. Yes!
Congratulations. Congratulations, champ.
Wherever you are,
One more word.
See you.
Dennis, I don't think he'll be too happy about this, but all leads our way. Come on!
Everybody in the house, scream! Say ho! Say ho! Are you feeling good tonight? Say ho! Say ho! Say na 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 na! Na 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 na! Na 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 na. I want you to say yeah. Are you feeling good? Yeah. Say yeah. Yeah. Say yeah. Yeah. All the ladies in the house, all the ladies in the house, scream. All the fellas in the house, say ho. Ho. We are together. We are together tonight. Everybody in the house. We're gonna rock the house. Everybody keep moving to the group. Wherever you are, just keep moving. We are feeling good tonight, and we are together. This is dedicated to you. You what? You what? You what? You what? You what?
We're in the Go Arena, we're live on FightZone, and we're ready for our main event of the evening. 10 rounds of action for the super lightweight division. Please welcome first to the ring, please welcome Billy Allington. And now entering the arena, please welcome Jay Henty. Ladies and gentlemen, the world of boxing is saddened to hear of the passing of one of the most beloved and greatest heavyweight champions in the history of boxing, the legendary George Foreman, who passed away earlier today. On behalf of the British Boxing Board of Control, Neilson Boxing and TM14, we would like to offer our condolences to his family and friends, and as is traditional in boxing, ring the 10-bell salute. If we can all be upstanding and respect with a moment's silence. Rest in peace, the legendary George Foreman. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our main event of the evening. Mark Neilson of Neilson Boxing, in association with John Trethaway of TM14 Promotions, presents 10 rounds of action in the super lightweight division as an eliminator for the Commonwealth title. The action is sponsored by Gladius, Allegra, J&J Crump and Son. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Stewards in charge are Des Reese and Nigel Thomas. Your timekeeper at the bell is John Smith, and referee is A-star referee Kieran McCann. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment is here. The referee is ready, the judges are ringside, and the fighters are set for action. But ladies and gentlemen, it's a fight, so we gotta make it loud. So please, give me some noise from the crowd. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in today at 9 stone, 13 pounds, wearing green and gold. He has a record of 20 fights, 13 wins, and 4 draws. He's the former English super lightweight champion and the former IBO international super lightweight champion from Egham, Surrey. Please welcome Billy Allington. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in today at 9 stone, 13 pounds, wearing white and blue. He has a record of 8 fights, 8 wins, 2 inside the distance, from Welling, London, Jack Henty.
All right, lads, listen up. You both know the rules. You'll obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to break, break clean. Take a step back and throw no punches. Mind your heads in close, most importantly, lads, protect yourself at all times, all right? Shake hands.
Well, we must remind you that this is not just a battle between fighters in each one of these bouts, but on the card, it is a collide of promoters. And we are entering the main event with the card even. TM14 with 4 fights and Neilson Boxing with 4 fights. So this main event bout for the Commonwealth Super Lightweight Eliminator will decide which one of these promoters wins. Will it be repeat or will it be revenge?
Yeah, I was wondering why it was called repeat or revenge. I actually was thinking none of...
Wow. Billy Allington almost just got caught with his wing stretched out, which would have been a legal punch if Henty would have landed it. That's one of those shots that you really don't want to get caught with when you're completely exposed.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Was that the feet? Did the feet get tangled?
I think Bill tripped just coming in, and then Henty tried to catch him as he was falling over, kind of thing. But
fairs.
Yeah, I mean, two completely different styles. Allington's very, awkward and can be scrappy, and Henty likes to wait and try and counterpunch and be a spiteful with that backhand.
Yeah.
So once this fight picks up, I think we're in for a treat.
Good work, Jay.
I mean, both men, I'm sure, want to compete terribly with the super lightweight opportunity to become Commonwealth champion. However, there is an added incentive because when your promoter puts you on and puts you in an opportunity to pursue the career that you want and gives you spotlights like this, you want to perform for him. You want to be the guy that makes your promotion the winner on the night, especially if they've titled the event repeat or revenge. And clearly the promoters are making themselves the most important fight of the night. So
exactly.
You'd like to be able to get that victory for your promoter. So I think both of these guys have that in mind as well and want to perform tonight, not just for the audience, not just for the Commonwealth opportunity to compete for that eliminator, but also to be top dog at their promotion company.
No pressure. Yeah, I can already see Bill's going to really make this messy and scrappy,
so ugly,
but that's what he's best off doing. Because you can see Henty likes to pick and kind of be perfect.
Yeah, that was a good body shot he caught with. It might have been belt line.
And I can already see Jake doesn't like it messy at all. Doesn't even work, don't do anything, just puts his hands up and waits for the ref. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't appear. Oh, that's a very low blow. It's very low. I mean, that might be inner thigh. Definitely gonna have to give Billy some time.
It's getting a harsh warning, ain't
Jake Henty being warned because it was so low and such a hard
I don't
shot.
think that was the first one.
Right.
Yeah, it's too early for that kind of nonsense.
Go and nip it in the bud now before it gets out of control. Oh, good shot there from Bill. To be honest though, when he did throw that low blow, Bill caught him with a little left hook coming out as well. So.
Made him pay for that.
Made him pay for it, yep.
As you have said, it does look like Billy's going to want to make this ugly. He's not interested in a polished outside jabbing, follow-up right hand kind of fight. He is in there, he's holding, he's trying to probably get as many shots in as possible before Jake Henty can even find room for a counter punch. So, as we all know, styles do make fights, and this style is going to be interesting because either one man is going to be in control of another.
Jesus, that was
and if you want to slow down an opponent that is coming in, rushing in, and feeling like he can do whatever he wants, you hit him right there in the pickle.
I don't know if this is Henty's first 10-rounder.
No, I think he's fought a 10-rounder before. Against Arthur Winter, I'm sure.
If Henty does want to keep Allington, he's going to have to be a little busier than this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Billy hasn't rushed in on him yet already in this round.
I think the south, being the southpaw makes it a bit more edgy for Billy to just run in. But this is where Bill wants to be. Definitely. Should get his head right up in his chest, make it real dirty.
That was a nice way to slip in a left hand there from Henty. Didn't seem to do much because I think he shorted it.
Yeah,
he had a punch through
the chest of Billy.
They're both really getting tangled in their feet. I've seen them.
But Billy's insisting on being entangled like that, you know?
It's working for him.
Ref just gives Allington a stern warning. He said, don't hold. He said, listen to me and stop holding the ropes.
Yeah, you can tell already it's going to be a tough fight to officiate. Unless Jake gets control.
I feel like Henty's going to get a point taken off for low blows.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a lot of them, and we're only in the second round.
That was a lovely counter from Henty.
That counter right hook is picture perfect.
Yeah.
A fighter like Henty isn't too difficult to read because if you notice his work, he just kind of fluffs about with that lead hand and then whips in a big left hand every time. Look, like he's doing now. That's it. That's what he's looking for. There's nothing else coming from that right hand.
Well, there's nothing coming from Billy at all, really.
That's true, though. That's also true.
Without him either grabbing or rushing in or throwing some punches, I'm not sure how he's going to manage to stop Jake Henty from doing exactly what he wants. And when did Billy land a low blow there?
No, he's getting a warning.
Yeah, it's getting ugly. But, you know, for Billy's sake, you know, getting your opponent admonished doesn't make your bits feel any better. So sometimes you just got to even the score and take the warning.
Yeah, that's it, innit?
I hope that the ref doesn't intervene too much.
Right,
yeah, he's got to kind of let it flow.
Especially when Billy's on the inside.
But when it starts this way, you put the referee on edge and make him feel like he needs to enter and be a part of the fight.
You know, at the end of the day, it's a fight. It's a fight.
And he doesn't really know what to do on the inside.
He doesn't. He's just covering up.
He's just covering up.
If Billy can't get
Was that low again?
No, it was low, but he held his head down and hit him to the body.
I feel like Billy's corner is not pleased with another warning.
I think the Billy
Allington very challenging fight to officiate.
is fuming.
And you don't want to become a part of the fight if you can help yourself as a referee. However, this has been ugly from the gate. And he's going to have to make sure he takes control. So the next foul, I would agree, it should be a point deduction. A nice counter left hook from Henty there as Arlington kind of, Allington just doesn't take proper precaution when coming in. He's just running in with his chin up. And at this level, you should be countered with a left hook.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, he needs to be careful because that's the only shot that Henty's looking for. He just kind of lines up with his lead hand and then he throws a spiteful left hook. And if you're going to keep running in with your head down into him, you're making it easy. You're making it easy not to work for Henty.
Right, if you're this kind of fight, if you're looking at this fight the way that Billy is, you have to continue and maintain that pressure. You have to stay inside. You have to keep making it ugly. You have to tell the ref to shoo off and just accept the warnings and accept the criticism that you'll get after. But you can't do that and stop and starts. You know, that won't work. You'll just get hit with big shots and you'll make it ugly. Both of those things won't serve you.
The ref is probably making it hard for Billy to find his rhythm, how he fights, because he wants to clean him up, and that's not his type of fight.
Ironically, getting hit low might have done Billy a disservice because it made the referee want to engage more.
Yep, this is where Billy wants to be.
That's a nice wing to the body. A little caught on the elbow by Henty, but I like the effort. That's the right idea. I think Billy's got to decide what his night's going to be about. And if it's an outside fight and he's waiting, he's losing. If it's an inside fight and it's rough, he's potentially getting a point deduction. So he's got to figure out one of the two that's going to work, or
the
something completely different.
The lesser of the evils.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't just let Henty pick you off.
No.
Because clearly that's exactly what he came to do tonight. And those shots, they do seem to have bad intentions.
Oh, good right hand there from Allington. Yeah. Go again. He needs to go again.
There you go. From Allington, it's just too much waiting. You have to do something. You can't let Henty just sit there and pick shots off at will. I'm not sure what Bill's waiting for. He's getting the worst of the weight, so you might as well rush in.
So you got to keep him there. Allington's got to keep him there.
What do you reckon, Bentley? What is Billy waiting on?
I think he's just trying. He's thinking too much about getting countered.
He is. That's exactly
I think he needs to take that risk, you know. And like Denzel said, he knows it's just a backhand that's coming, so he should go in and then come back again. You can hear his corner saying second phase.
He's got to put them together when he's there. That was low again. It's a bit of damage to the left eye, really.
He's lucky, I think, that Jake Henty isn't more of a jabber, more aggressive with combination punches, because right now he's just a statue. He's like, seems frozen.
That's a bit better.
Yeah, that's a mugging engagement. I don't think that's really serving Billy either. I'm not sure why the jab's not being utilized either.
What did you make of that, really?
Man?
What did you make of that round?
I didn't make much of it. I think both fighters should have made something of it. There's a lot to be desired when you see both fighters just kind of frozen and waiting to pick a shot off.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jake, to me, is getting the better of that tactic, but it's not making for an exciting fight. He's not shown yet that he's some kind of one-punch knockout artist where that shot's just going to put a man down. So you need an accumulation of punches, and there's only 3 minutes in every round.
Yeah.
It looks like we're getting 45 seconds between each punch, or at least each engagement.
He needs to definitely be more busy, both fighters.
Oh, here we go. He's got Jake up in the corner, not taking use of the stool. So maybe that's him trying to impose his will. Let Billy know that, he's allowed him to rest. Not thinking much of the pace of the fight, clearly. That was a nice jab to start from Jake, but then followed up with nothing. Actually stepped out after the jab, and Billy didn't force him to step out. He stepped out willingly.
Do you know what? I was in agreement that Billy's waiting a bit too much, but so is Jake.
Yeah.
There's no solid jab. He's just waiting for Billy, and Billy's waiting for him. They're both waiting for each other.
And then when either one of them lands something, it's just a one-off.
Yeah.
No one's following up with anything.
Billy only lets his hand go once he's got him on the ropes, and then they're not really clean. Might be around the back of the head. But the ref shouldn't intervene here. Should let them box. As long as they're not holding.
Yeah, and they're not really tied up. They're just leaning on each other. I think that was a completely unnecessary break by the ref.
Very unnecessary.
I'd like to see some jabs.
From both guys.
Yeah, it's jabs. I'll take them from anybody. I also I worry a bit about a head clash because the way they're rushing into each other without putting any punches in front of it, these heads could come together and make something really ugly out of this fight.
I feel like if Billy just lets his hands go, I think Jake, that was a good step back backhand. Once he's got him backing up, then it makes him vulnerable. Right. But whilst he's just waiting, just threw another low blow. The ref telling off Billy's corner.
And monitoring the corner for being too loud during the fight, which is something I enjoy about England. Like, they really are paying attention to etiquette here.
We're very animated, aren't we?
Yeah, but then also it's like frowned upon. So you get the finger wag from the referee if you're getting too animated in the corner. And when the fighters are talking to each other.
Yeah, they don't. They don't like it.
They don't like it. Yeah.
Oh, both landed good shots there. You can hear Billy's corners yelling out numbers, and I think they just mean let the hands go, throw.
Right, just combinations that they've been working on in the gym that they're not seeing on the night.
Yeah.
There's a good 1-2 from Jake.
He's got to use a jab though.
It feels like I'm waiting for this fight to start. Like,
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly. It hasn't really caught fire yet. Really caught fire yet.
And there's kindling there. There's you know, there's
it has potential to catch fire. But
that's right. We need a spark. And I think both of these promoters are going to want bragging rights, so they're going to need to motivate their man to impose his will, one or the other. Somebody's got to take control of this car and grab the wheel. I'd like to think that Jake is edging it a bit, but I maybe I'm giving him that just because they're the cleaner shots.
The cleaner work, yeah, the cleaner work's definitely come from Jake. It's another hard one to score because it's like, whose work do you prefer, kind of thing, really?
Yeah.
But I just think when Allington gets in close, he needs to throw more than one shot.
That's right.
Because we know Henty's only going to throw one shot. He's looking for that backhand. That's the shot that he's looking for. That's the only shot he's looking for. It should be easy to evade.
Now, when you get a response like that, you stop a guy in his tracks and he's looking at you. You gotta follow up with something.
You gotta follow up.
You can't just admire your work.
He's not willing to let both hands go, Henty.
I mean, yeah, you think we're looking at Mike Tyson or Lennox Lewis or something. Like, where do you think you're gonna get a knockout from with one shot? Especially if you hit him flush and he stands right there.
Maybe something's wrong with Henty's front hand because he's really not throwing it. He's literally just throwing backhand.
Yeah, it makes very little sense.
That's how he fought. Okay, because he's not throwing any jabs at all. He's just fencing with it.
I mean, that means you're only using 50% of your potential offense. You only got two hands. If you're only using one of them, that is a major disadvantage. And I see him now starting to paw with that right jab. But it's nothing on it.
They both don't want to take that risk of just going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if neither take the risk, they both take the risk of losing the fight without doing anything. That was a clever lead, right hand or left hand. But it needed to be set up by something. And the jab's just not in existence tonight. He doesn't even mean it. Like, and then you got Allington just happy to be out of range. And there comes the head clash. That's what I was worried about right there. Looks like Henty's getting a little bit of rhythm going there. Getting confident to follow up one shot with another. Even when Billy gets in now, he's not grabbing as much anymore. He's not being rough. As you said, Denzel, it's just Jake's style, I think, that is preventing him from being busy.
Yeah.
And it's there for him.
He just had him on the ropes there and then just let him go. I don't know what
Yeah, he just keeps wanting to reset and land that one
doesn't
shot.
need to. He just needs to work off that.
Like they feel like, look, we're up.
they're comfortable with that.
They're okay.
With what he's doing.
But Billy actually needs to, that's it. Just go straight for it.
Yeah.
Just like he did there. And then he waits.
I'd say if Jake doesn't want to initiate, Billy's best course of action is to be the pressure fighter. What he did early in the fight, it was not pretty, but it was working.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. But I think he's afraid of a warning from the ref.
You can hear Billy, his corner just screaming at him not to wait. And they're exactly right about that. Oh my God, right.
I knew he was going to get another point. I knew he was going to get
that
a point.
was a nasty, nasty low blow. And I
low.
don't think it was intentional, but it doesn't matter because it is just so constantly landing there. And I mean, like, if you put a bullseye on it, you couldn't have done better.
Yeah.
He's not getting a point taken off.
He's not getting a point taken off.
I don't actually think Henty means it, you know. But
No, he doesn't,
just,
but at this point, damage is done. Like,
yeah, damage is done, it's true.
And I think that's why the ref isn't taking the point off.
Yeah, no, they're not intentional, but like Raheem said, damage is done. Look, just keep punching.
Yeah, this is where Bill needs to be.
Yeah, this is where the fight needs to be for Billy Allington. And
Bill
now
just
we're getting
landed
a
a
scrap.
good
I think
body
the
shot.
fight might have just started. What is the ref doing? What is
Yeah, the ref should let them fight because both of them had a free arm and Henty was landing some shots in there also.
Oh, good
fight
shot
just
from Billy
started.
there.
There you go.
Good shots there from Henty. When he used
Come
his
on,
jab
ref,
there,
let
that
him,
was a good
let him
jab,
work
and-
out. Let him work out.
He threw a nice hook off that jab. When Henty used his jab,
And to be fair, Billy was holding the ropes with his left hand kind of sneakily. I could understand why the ref had to break that one up. But I like that now these guys are getting into it.
ref's too quick to step in.
A little bit.
Oh, good shot from Billy there. Henty comes back.
Looks like when Henty wants it, he actually does have a jab.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When he uses his lead hand, he uses it well. But obviously, I think he's looking for the power shot.
I think Billy kind of, in a way, has to ignore the ref. I mean, he can't do anything if the ref breaks him up, but he's got to keep doing exactly what he's doing. And this, what he's doing now, is not going to be effective. Go right back to what he was doing before the ref broke him up.
Oh, good exchange
shots
from both of them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Why did he stop?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think that's disadvantaging Billy, but again, just go right back to it.
Good round.
That was
Fight's actually catching fire now.
Now I need to see that both of these guys really want it. It's one of those times when we're getting to the later stages of the fight and neither one has really defined himself.
Yeah.
I'd like to see one of these guys decide that it's my night. I do think the referee stopping the action at the top of the round and giving him that talk probably also advantages Jake Henty a bit because Allington would come out fast and keep 100%. It rough and keep the momentum going. And
but he just kind of broke that.
That rhythm got broken by the referee. He's kind of back, Billy is, to waiting, and that's just not going to get the job done tonight.
Good left hand there from Henty.
Yeah, and Billy was standing there waiting on it. Yeah, now right then and there, when you saw Jake kind of weave out of the counter, Billy should have been right on top of him.
Yeah.
And here he should just be punching, because he's also letting him hold him, and that's when the ref's saying, break, get your hands out and work.
Listen, if it's gonna be
look, he's grabbing him. That's what's making the ref jump in as well. Billy jumps in and grabs as well, instead of just letting his hands fly.
Right. Well, if it's gonna be a shot, if it's gonna be a night of one shot pick 'em punches, it's gonna be Jake Henty.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. A very nice right hand.
But nothing's come back off. So come on, straight on him.
He's waiting again. I don't know what he could possibly be waiting for. There's another right hand right there for him. I mean, whatever is coming back from Jake, Billy must really be feeling it, because that's the only explanation for why he would wait when he's having success.
See, Bill could have just worked there, but he grabs him in a headlock, and then you wonder why the ref jumps in. Good backhand again from Bill, but then waits and bounces.
I mean, Billy has clearly found a home for that straight right hand.
But he's got to build off it.
And it would be nice if he set it up, because can you imagine if it was coming on the heels of a double jab, for instance? This is a good fight for a double jab, isn't it?
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. I'm shocked about that.
I'm not even sure he warned him about it before.
No, he didn't.
That is a difficult point to take at that stage of the fight, especially after all the low blows.
Yeah.
We're going into round 8, what I like to call the championship rounds for the Commonwealth titles. And this eliminator is entering those very rounds. And now a point deduction has been taken. Billy Allington suffering that point deduction on top of suffering quite a few low blows in this fight, in which Jake Henty was given multiple warnings. And I think rightly so, the Allington corner is a bit livid that their fighter has been penalized in this way. And it may reflect on the cards at the end of the night.
Yeah, it certainly will.
I think maybe if you're going to put a positive spin on it, this might light a fire under Allington's butt there and let him know that he can't leave anything to chance at this point. But he really needs to get active.
He's just still throwing single shots. He needs to.
I mean, he knows there's a home for the right hand, so start setting it up. To be fair, he's landed a couple of them cleanly without setting it up. But I think if he were to take the time to line Jake Henty up, he might be able to land a devastating shot. Yeah, giving Jake Henty this rest is not advisable. Especially now with the point deduction. I think
just
Billy
be going forward.
He needs like these last 3 rounds.
Oh, good shot from Billy there. The ref is not even giving them one chance to even work out.
I mean, you got to appreciate it. This is where Billy wants to be. He should be punching.
That was a good body shot
and
for
keep
him,
it.
Henty unravels a bit when he gets on the ropes. Like,
yeah, and that's where Billy should be trying to keep him and keep the pressure on. But right now he should be punching.
He goes straight back. He doesn't keep his stance. No, it's not side on. And that's why you see him, he just falls on to the ropes or in the ropes. And
he's back to just standing outside, bouncing.
And if you can bounce, you've got enough energy to go for it. So I'm not really sure what's holding him back. Good backhand again. And he decides to hug.
Yeah, it's going to be an uphill climb for Billy at this point. And he's kind of letting the time slip away. But I do believe at any moment he could change this fight with a good combination punch.
Listen to me when I say it. Do you understand?
As we did see that right hand was effective. It just was thrown as a single shot and wasn't set up. Whereas Jake Henty, while also looking for single shots, seems to have a little bit more on his shots. When they land cleanly,
yeah,
they're more effective.
Good right hand from Billy there.
I think in the last
good body shot from Henty on the ropes. Sorry.
No, you're exactly right. It's a good body shot on the ropes, and when you're fighting off of the ropes, a body shot is the last thing you want to receive.
Yeah.
As you're trying to slip out of that danger, and boy, it makes it tough to move those feet when you're sucking wind.
Who would you say is the more fatigued at this stage of the fight?
I don't know.
Honestly, I think it might be Henty. I think they're all right. I don't think he's fatigued,
yeah,
but I think Henty might be feeling it a little bit more. Yeah. Allington's corner just begging with him to get busy. And you're letting Henty catch his breath and fight only in the spots he wants to fight. That's simply not going to be enough for Bill Allington to win this fight. Again, point deduction, and early on in the fight, I thought Jake was having his way then as well. And that lead right there, that lead right hand, he's landing it a lot.
But nothing comes
after it, and nothing came before it.
Yeah.
And you better damn well be a one-punch knockout artist if that's all that you're gonna be able to land consistently throughout the night. There's one clean shot on the chin from Henty. Yep. A nice left that Allington took well.
Don't lean on him, Billy. Get off him on the ropes, Billy. Right.
Now we do see right here in front of us that Billy Allington's holding the ropes behind his back, so you got to break that up. You can't allow that. I mean, I don't know if you could call that 2 single shots, but that's as close to some counter punches that we got, and it works.
Oh, just landed a nice backhand there from Henty.
Now, for Henty's sake, it is difficult when a fighter is just frozen and crouched in that position, you know, welcoming you in, because he's looking to spring forward as you step in for your punches. And that's exactly what Allington just done.
Just landed 2 backhands and then waited again. Good left hook.
It's a slapping left hook, but it still got to the target. If he turned that punch over with the knuckles, it might have more of effect. It's a very nice exchange, and it's because in the end of this second half of this round, they were following up shots with more shots.
Yeah.
Not crazy counter punch, I mean, not crazy combination punching, but at least 1s and 2s,
Well,
1s and 2s. And it made a big difference in the action, simply following up shot with a second shot.
Well,
there you see.
It's all on this round for Allington. I think he needs...
Really? On this round? For what?
He needs
knockout?
he needs to go out in this round and produce something, innit? A knockout, maybe 2 knockdowns.
No, but if he wins the round,
No, if he wins the round, they're probably not enough, especially with the point deduction. But, I mean, he's got to go out on his shoulder, innit? Try and...
The boxing match might be out of reach, but the fight is still there.
There we go, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, if I was Allington right now, what I've suffered through this fight, the low blows, the point deduction, the fact that I'm probably not going to win this thing on the cards, I would be in there to really just spit in Jake Henty's eye. I'd be trying to get every shot in I possibly could and make it as rough and nasty. I want this guy using ice packs for the rest of the week. I've got to be very careful of that head clash. That can hurt and cut you at any stage in the fight. Both fighters just a little too satisfied to wait. And boy, that right hand, he almost can't miss with it now. Throw it till your arm falls off.
Good body shot from Henty there.
Nice uppercut body shot.
Lovely.
And again, you see Henty kind of holding the head and then slipping an uppercut in there. It's a very dangerous punch, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason that shot's illegal. Now, only Billy knows what he's waiting on, because even if he can't hear me, which every other fighter could, so it's inexplicable, you certainly can hear your corner, who is just pleading with you to bring the action. And now you have a lead right hand that can't miss. There's really no excuse for you not pouring it on in this final round.
Not at all.
I mean, you see Henty there going for the home run punch, as has been his way for the entire fight, one at a time, but yet still loading up and looking for it. Whereas when he does miss, Allington's just not making him pay, and he's not starting the action, so we see Jake Henty looking to close the round simply by throwing 1 and 2 shots back to back. I mean, I want to see what the scorecard is for the ref. Like, I wonder if the judges have to score him too.
Good left hook again from Bill. But he just smothers too much, gets tied up, and then the ref breaks it.
And I'm giving the ref a little stick. Every break is not unwarranted. There is a lot
No, of course not.
going on the ropes.
Yeah.
I just hate to see that I don't understand. Oh, is it a headbutt? Like
no, I think it's because he's putting his head on his head. That obviously you can clash heads and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a tough night for the ref. We don't want to give him too much criticism, but it's just frustrating because he can't stay out of the fight, and the fighters aren't doing enough. Here with the winner of the Commonwealth Super Lightweight Eliminator, Jake Henty. It was a difficult fight tonight. It was ugly. Talk to me about the start of the fight and the way it began seemed so rough.
Yeah, it was a messy fight, and I expected it to be messy. I was expecting him to fall in and rush in, but we made the best of a bad situation, and we got the win.
When you say a bad situation, what were you hoping to do tonight? It seemed like you were sitting back waiting on big shot after big shot.
I was waiting for him to commit more. He was on the back foot, so he didn't commit as much as I would have liked, but we got the win, so that's all that matters.
We were here in his corner screaming about the low blows, and now I know when a fighter is coming in, especially head first, it's difficult to place your shots. What was happening there below the belt?
Sometimes where I'm a little bit of a taller fighter, but not from where I'm being a southpaw as well. My shot is directly going low all the time. So where he was shorter as well, obviously it didn't help, but it happens and we move on. So keep him up next time.
Now we entered this thing, and this was a repeat or revenge for the promoters, and you were the deciding fight. I know you wanted to perform well for your side. Talk to me about how important that side of this whole fight was.
Every fight's important. Every win's a win. No one wants to lose. So yeah, I'm happy with my performance. Every win's, if you want to win every fight, obviously.
Mate, you've got your promoter standing right there next to you. Go ahead and big that up and act like it was a big deal.
A massive shout out to Martin Neilson. He's putting on the best shows around. Amazing shows. I know they've gone out of their way tonight to put on an amazing show, and they have done. So big praise to them as well.
Yeah, listen, I mean, what a star in the making, isn't he? So that's an eliminator. It's a massive fight for him ahead. Yeah, I mean, he just dominated that. I think he was a bit scrappy at times, obviously southpaw and orthodox and stuff, but his counter-punching was just class tonight. Every time he was coming in, he was catching him. Massive fights ahead for this guy here.
And next, rather than an eliminator of an eliminator, get me the title fight. I've been doing too many eliminators.
How do you think you match up with Jack Rafferty?
Yeah, Jack Rafferty is an amazing fighter, very tough fighter. But yeah, let's go. Anyone in the country, let's go. Win, lose or draw, I'm there to fight, no matter what.
Well, you were there to fight tonight, as was every fighter on the card. We had a tremendous night. I'm going to let you get to the locker room. I know it's been a long, tough fight for you, but congratulations on the win for the promoter and for yourself. Hopefully we see you in a title fight instead of an eliminator. But tonight we had a hell of a show on FightZone at the Indigo, at the O2. Every time it's a good show out, and we'll have another one for you very, very soon. Thank you for the fight, and thank you for watching FightZone.
Boom.